He's also on the American Family Insurance team. Because like us, he believes in dreaming fearlessly.
Just chase your dreams and don't let nobody hold you back.
And we help protect those dreams with the right coverage so you can
Dream fearlessly.
American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
When I wake up
The best mornings
in the morning light,
start with Wrangler.
pull on my jeans and I feel alright.
Jeans, jackets, and shirts that get your day started on the right foot.
I pull my blue jeans on. I pull my old blue jeans on.
Good mornings make for better days.
I pull my blue jeans on. I pull my old blue jeans on.
Wrangler, for the ride of life.
12:19 on a live imaging Tuesday. Mason and Ireland. Momo in for Mace. Last week you were in for John, but now you're in for Mace.
She's multifaceted.
Well,
she's the Dorian Finney-Smith of ESPN LA.
There it is.
Here we go. A lot of fun and frivolity. Now, last week, John, Momo was keeping track of how many times I mentioned I almost died. We don't need to do that bit as much today, but Momo was baiting me last week.
I have no issue with you mentioning that you almost died.
That's 1 and 2, Momo.
Yeah. Oh, I don't have a pen and paper.
At 12:20. Let's get the
last
show
week I had
started.
a pen and paper.
We got a Lakers win. We got a Dodgers win, Jack. Nation in Ireland, the biggest show on the radio right now.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Hey, are we still doing the Children's Hospital check at 12:30?
We are doing the check. We're going to bring that in and present them a check for a lot of money. Like I like to say, we did it for the kids, Jack. And all of us were part of that. There was... Momo, what was your experience?
No, you talked about it. You did it. You
yeah.
Daniel had to go to Children's Hospital when he was
I
little,
did.
right?
I meant what was the experience that people got to bid on?
Oh, I just wanted to beat everybody else here for the private experiences, and I didn't. But
The 9 hours of lit did pretty well.
I know. I mean, I feel like mine was a bargain.
What was it?
Like $3.95 or something.
No, what was it?
Oh, they're gonna come hang out with me for a day when I do shows and stuff.
Oh. I
Behind the
would have
scenes.
bid on that.
What did Lit finish up at?
I think 15-10.
Oh, that's excellent.
I didn't
So
push mine
me-
enough. I
golf-
probably should have made a bigger bid.
Golf with me and Worthy got over $3K.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I wanted
Was
to
that
do
about
that.
you or Worthy? What do you think?
That's about Worthy. But the I'll be there too. You have to put up with
Yeah.
me too. But Chris, what did the broadcast live from your home or business bring in?
I think that's like
That's the
3,500.
big one, right?
No, over 5K.
Oh, really?
Oh,
Over
wow.
5K?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That's
That's
incredible.
what it should be, at least.
Yeah, we did it for the kids.
Yeah.
Now, John doesn't always love to do remotes. I'm not going to say he doesn't like remotes.
I didn't mind the Children's Hospital one though.
No, that was a great one.
Because Jack, my son, had to go there when he was little.
But will you go to the person's home if it lands on your show?
Of course, yeah, they paid for it.
I mean, I'm just saying. I mean, you know,
I
I'm
don't
just
think it-
asking.
Yeah, I mean, unless you do it on like a Laker road game day or something. But yeah, anything like there's certain things that you just say whatever you need. I kind of feel that way about Children's Hospital, don't you?
No, absolutely. I
Like-
didn't go to Children's Hospital as a kid. I went to Chalk, which is the Orange County version,
yeah.
once because
Which
I
is
was really
great,
sick.
by the
Yeah.
way.
And then I ended up at St. Joe's when I almost died, and that was right across the street from Chalk. So, Game of Games today Yes.
is my game.
Ooh.
It is a game about all of the people that work here.
Wow.
Okay.
Ooh.
And one of the questions is about your father. So make
Okay.
sure you do not miss
It's
Game
around
of Games
2:45
today.
this
Yeah.
afternoon.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
by the
that
way,
should be
Lie of
good.
the Day is on this week. Right on this
Momo,
show.
do you want to lie today or do you want me to lie?
Oh, it's up to you. It's your show.
Well, it's today and tomorrow. One of us has to take today. The other has to take tomorrow. You take your
I'll
pick.
take today.
Okay.
Rigor.com.
Okay.
And our friend Austin Reeves, the Lie of the Day is presented by them. You can win a $50 gift code to Rigor.com. And at the end of the week.
Did you hear my lie yesterday, Chris?
No.
So it's on this subject you're talking about.
Okay.
I told a whole big story about how Austin gave me a pair of Rigors and I was wearing them and checking them
Cool.
out. Totally made it up.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, you could win a signed pair at the end of the week.
Nice.
So if you're a qualifying winner,
Yeah.
Friday you can win a signed pair of Rigors from our friends at Rigor.com.
Oh.
Last week I said Rigor in a spot. I didn't say Rigor.
You didn't add the third syllable.
I didn't have the third
Okay.
syllable.
I haven't attempted it quite as much as you two have.
Well, not as much as
I like
John.
those shoes a lot.
They
though.
are
Yeah.
nice shoes.
Yeah.
From Rigor.com.
All right, we got a lot to get to today. You're here all day, right?
All day.
Beautiful.
I wouldn't leave it. And I, by the way, I had so much energy this morning. Now I have a lot of energy in life.
Excellent.
Every day's a beautiful day.
Yeah.
But I really made Travis and DeMarco, almost said Sliwa again. I made Travis and DeMarco an entertaining show for once.
Wow.
I like that show.
I do. I listen to
I
him
think
all the time.
DeMarco has upgraded that show. You don't?
You think it's upgraded from Slee?
I do.
Oh. Let's cut this up, by the way.
No. I don't wish any ill will towards Slee. He still comes to a lot of Laker games. I just think DeMarco's really good on the radio.
If he had a show called Sliwa and Friends, like Clinton has Clinton and Friends, would you be one of Sliwa's friends?
If he asked me, I would go on, yeah.
Okay.
Clinton has never asked me to go on. Should I be offended?
Yes.
But did he ask you, right, Momo?
Yes.
But I don't think he's asked anybody else.
All right, if that's the case, he asked you before he asked me, I'm not going
100%.
on. Then I refuse
No,
to be
Clinton
one of
and
the
Friends morning 7 to 9.
The truth is, did I reach out to them?
You reached out to be a friend?
Let me look at my thing.
Friend.
No, you know what it was? I tweeted at him once, and then he just remembered that he knew me. And then the next day, I got a text from his producer. That's what it was.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, he big timed you.
All right.
A little bit, and then but then I big timed him because I didn't get back to his producer fast enough, and I didn't respond for 4 or 5 hours, and he was like, "Oh, we already booked somebody for that slot, but we'll have you on again some other time."
Now, John,
and I actually did it the second time he asked. He asked me twice.
Okay, John, in 2 years or 2.5 years, when you ride off into the sunset,
right?
Will you still check in with us, or will you just ghost us?
I will do Mason's show.
Okay. Mason and Bergman.
You're leaving in 2.5 years?
I may be leaving in 2.5 months.
No, you're not. That's not happening. Don't worry.
No, Mason and I are free agents as of June 30th.
Gosh. It'll all be taken care of.
You guys are so funny.
Wait a minute. Can we do like those girls at Stanford? Can we get NIL if we go somewhere else? Because we're open for business, if you know what I mean.
Well, I won't say what I was going to say.
Okay.
Why not?
Because
okay,
it's got implications. It's got implications either way.
On negotiations.
There you go. God, Chris has a monitor now. I don't know if I like this new.
Well,
Chris
I was going to say
Filter.
John's always open for business if the price is right.
True. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
all right. So, Laura, what time are we doing the check? Are we doing that next?
Coming up next.
Coming up next, we're going to give Children's Hospital a bunch of money.
I like that.
We're going to talk about the Laker win last night and why it was very significant in the big picture. I'll explain coming up, and the Dodgers may never lose again. Momo in for Mace. I'm John Ireland. Morales is here, lit all day today. Live Imaging Tuesday, ESPN LA.
The most followed sports radio station in the world.
In the world. That's right. In the world.
710 ESPN.
You know it. Yeah. Tell your friends.
At ESPN Los Angeles on Instagram, Facebook, X, YouTube, TikTok, and Twitch.
We're naturally entertaining.
Yes.
LA's mega sports station. 710 ESPN.
50 years at full speed. It's going to be an epic celebration at the 50th anniversary Acura Grand Prix of Long Beach this April 11th through the 13th. It starts with the always exciting lineup: Indy cars, IMSA sports cars, Robbie Gordon's high-flying trucks, and drifting, along with the first ever historic Formula Exhibition event featuring all 3 eras of racing at the Grand Prix: Formula 5000, Formula 1, and Indy cars, all on track at the same time. A very special sight and sound for everyone to experience. Plus the huge Lifestyle Expo, Family Fun Zone, Mother's Exotic Car Paddock, and 2 exciting concerts. DJ duo Dubs on Friday night, presented by Acura, and Rock and Roll Hall of Fame band Foreigner on Saturday night, presented by Cuervo Tequila. Fun for the whole family. April 11th through the 13th. Tickets and more information at gplb.com. Come and join the celebration.
Don't miss the historic showdown on April 5th as the USA Women's National Team takes on Brazil at SoFi Stadium. Celebrate the first ever women's sporting event at SoFi Stadium and experience the excitement of world-class soccer. Bring your friends, bring your family, and witness an unforgettable match. Tickets start as low as $58. But don't wait. Secure your seats now at Ticketmaster.com or visit SoFiStadium.com for more info. Join us and be a part of history.
Hey, it's producer Lindsay, and you know I'm a huge wrestling fan. Join Cappy, O'Shea Jackson Jr., and me to watch Monday Night Raw on April 7th at Hollywood Park Casino, LA's premier card room. We'll have ticket giveaways and a grand prize of 2 tickets to the Ultimate Wrestling event on April 19th in Las Vegas. Your attendance is your raffle entry. Plus, get a bonus entry when you RSVP at ESPNLA.com. But you must be present to win. See you Monday, April 7th at Hollywood Park Casino. Visit ESPNLA.com for details.
Who's cutting down the nets this year? Get in on all the tournament action at ESPN Bet Sportsbook. Go from tracking the latest upsets to placing bets in just a few taps. Right now, new customers can get $100 in bonus bets when you make your first $10 wager. Download the ESPN Bet Sportsbook app and sign up with promo code USL to get started today. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
Progressive knows when you're on your boat, you're already on vacation. And Vacation You forgets all your worries. Vacation You doesn't even keep track of time and knows that time is a meaningless construct designed to control us, man. But Regular You knows you don't want to be too far out in the water after the sun goes down because Vacation You doesn't know how to navigate in the dark yet. Vacation You and Regular You really need to get on the same page. So bundle your boat with your home or auto policy and earn an automatic discount from Progressive. And spend the savings on the both of you. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
12:30 on a live imaging Tuesday. Mason in Ireland. Let's do it, you little yacht rock jack. Mason in Ireland. Momo sitting in for Mace on this week. Now, of course, we wanted to make March matter in the month of March, John, and we did it. Thanks to all the listeners that bid on fabulous experiences.
Chris, this is my favorite promotion that we've done in years,
Ever.
and I'm not kidding.
Our friends at Children's Hospital Los Angeles and Make March Matter. Greg Bergman joins us in studio.
Yes.
And Annie from CHLA. Hi, Annie.
Hi.
How are you?
Good. Thank you for having us.
Annie Cornforth, who I did a bit with her at the hospital the day we were there. One take, Chris.
One take
One
Annie.
take Annie.
We like that.
Jake, let's see what you're putting on there right there.
Yes, if you're watching
John.
on YouTube, I have placed a pin, and so has Momo. Annie, explain what these pins mean.
Yes, so our Make March Matter campaign is every year where we rally the community in Los Angeles to raise $1 million or more for the hospital. And all of our partners that join the campaign that raise $10,000 or more get these special little pins.
That's what I'm talking about. Chris, we're elite.
We are
we're in a
elite.
select
And
group now.
And to find out how much money all of us here at ESPN LA and our great listeners did to help the kids at Children's Hospital Los Angeles. Greg Bergman, why don't you get the check over there?
Brian, do we have a drum roll of some sort?
I also just want to say how proud I am of all the talent that are in here when that they stepped up to be a part of all of this, and also all the listeners for what they did to actually to put money down for such a great cause. This is amazing to me.
All right, get that check,
Let's
Bergman.
get the
What
check.
are we looking at?
Yeah, let's look at the check, Jack.
Drum roll is here.
Upside down.
You're going to turn it. Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Don't give me any.
Whoa.
We got $40,000 just for goofing around on the radio.
Look at that.
God bless
Congratulations.
you guys for helping us out with
good.
this.
Wasn't the
all
goal
right.
initially like 10,000?
So the goal was 10,000 for these pins, and then Ron Mitchell, who's the great MC,
Because all we wanted was the pins. That tells you something
Well, we
about
wanted
all
the
of us.
pins and we wanted the plaque, right?
Yeah, we wanted the
That was
plaque,
the
and
thing.
Annie can explain what the plaque is, but you
more-
get that at $25,000, which I really, really wanted, and everybody here did too.
Okay, so Annie, what I really want to know is where does money like this go? When you do fundraisers, and we did our little part, but I know you and I toured. You took me through the donor wall, and if somebody makes a donation to us for something like that, anything that ends up being donated to Children's Hospital, where does the majority of that money go?
Yeah, so the Make March Matter campaign actually specifically raises money for our children's fund, which is the greatest need, basically, and that changes every month. But something I like to share is we're not only one of the best children's hospitals in the world, and ranked in the top 10 in our country, but we also are a safety net. So our doors are open. We do not close our doors for anyone based on ability to pay. And these funds go directly to help that fund and keep that status.
This is kind of the old St. Jude's business plan, right? That if people cannot afford it, you take care of the patient first, and then we worry about the money later, right?
Yeah. All children receive the best world-class care, no matter their status at CHL.
Awesome.
Beautiful.
And every single penny that's there was donated by the listeners, and
Yes.
every single penny came to you.
Yes, 100% of the dollars raised from ESPN, 710, and all of your fans, which is amazing, 100% is going back to
Okay,
the
and let me
hospital.
tell you why that's significant. Michael Thompson has a family foundation that basically he and Clay started to raise money. And when they started it, Michael told me the biggest eye-opener was when you give to charity, you should always ask the question that Annie just brought up. Where is the money going, and how much of a percentage of it is actually going to where you think it is? Because Michael raised a whole bunch of money for the Thompson Family Foundation. He donated it to people in need in the Bahamas. and then the administrators took like 15-20% off the top. What you're saying, Annie, is that is not happening here.
Right.
That money, all 40,816 going right to the kids.
Yep, the platform we use, 100% is donated to us.
Beautiful. That's wonderful. And listen, I'm not going to put you on the spot, Annie, but we're looking forward we're going to look forward to making March Matter in 2026.
I have
and we're
some
going to go
pretty
even
big
bigger.
goals.
We're going to go 80,000 next year. Okay.
Well, Annie, you got to use the line
like
you gave to me about how you hope, and I love this.
Yeah.
What's the line? You hope people never meet you?
We hope you never have to come to our hospital, but if you do, we got you.
Yeah, I
You'll
love
be taken
that.
care of.
We met. Chris, I know that's when you were when you were starting to come back, and so you
From
were
the
over,
hospital, no less.
Yeah, you were over there for a few hours. But man, Ramona, I met these doctors were so impressive.
So cool. Very
Not and I know you deal with these people every day, but we had 3 of them on, Greg, on our show. I think we had one on an hour for all 3 shows. So I think by the end of the day, we had 9 or 10 doctors on, and not only were they like obviously brilliantly smart. I mean, they were at the top of their fields, but their personality and they were fun and they get it and they have a bedside manner, for lack of a better term, that is exactly what you want if you get stuck in the hospital. And I met like 4 or 5 kids that day. We're walking around, sick kids, and they were super happy. They were all smiling. We talked to one doctor that they give them virtual reality headsets when they're getting pricked for a blood test, and they don't even feel it. I mean, what you guys are doing is really, really. I'm proud that we're giving you this money because I know it's going to a really good cause.
We are. No, and our doctors, our researchers, the innovation, the care, the quality of care is just all the priority at CHLA, and we can't do it without partners in the community like you and your fans. So thank you.
Well, thank you, and take that big check and then put it in like we want it prominently displayed in your office, Annie.
I'll
next
send you
time.
a picture of where we put it. Yeah,
beautiful.
But thank you for letting us do this because, as you can tell, we like doing stuff like this. Rarely does it hit a home run like we did with you right out of the gate. But we're, like Chris said, we're looking forward to doing it every year now.
Yeah,
Absolutely
I like that goal you gave yourselves too.
I'll say 100. I'll say 100.
No,
Why not?
I mean, look, I had to bring
shaking
my
in
son
there. It's
down
okay.
there this year, and it was like, you don't ever want to bring your kid to the hospital, but we had to get an MRI done. That's like really scary thing for a 6-year-old, and it was like he had fun. Like he had fun getting an IV. He had fun getting an MRI. Like nobody enjoys that, but we ended up like walking out of there, and he talked about it like it was a fun experience. He's like, "Hey, mommy, do you remember when we got the pictures done?" Like, it was great.
Well, Andy, the one
Just
thing I
because of the
noticed
staff that was there.
too is whoever built that place, and I know you're constantly renovating it, but you don't think about stuff like this, like. The tables and the chairs are built for kids.
Yeah.
So it's like you walk into our offices, normal sized desks. You walk into the bathroom, the urinals and the toilets are low. So kids, it's all designed to make kids comfortable.
Correct.
Which is, you don't think about it until you actually walk in and see it. And so I think
we treat the whole family there too. Family-centered care is at our core. And so we have the family unit in mind. In every part of the hospital.
Now, Annie, if somebody's listening to this and they didn't get to donate on an experience or donate through 710-4CHLA.com, how can you donate and help Children's Hospital today?
Yeah, you actually still can support the Make March Matter campaign.
Even though we're in April. Good,
yes,
I like it.
Yes, we're keeping it open for a month. MakeMarchMatter.org or CHLA.org/donate anytime.
Beautiful. CHLA.org or MakeMarchMatter.org. Go and help today, even if it's $5. Help the kids.
Annie, in all seriousness, this is one of my... Greg will back me up on this because we had a conversation off the air about it. This is one of our favorite campaigns we've ever done.
Ever.
Because we like you guys so much, and we love what you're doing for the community, and you need anything, you just call.
Thank you. Thank you. Again, we can't do what we do without partners like you.
Well,
So
thank you for coming, and take that $40,000 check and show it off when you get back to work
We
today.
will.
Proud to wear the 10 for 10.
That's Annie Cornforth from CHLA. When we come back, we're going to spin the wheel of questions. We're going to get into the Lakers. We're going to get into the Dodgers, and it's all coming up next. ESPN LA.
The stage is set at BMO Stadium for one of the biggest soccer matches of the year.
BMO Stadium is rocking for the black and gold.
Los Angeles Football Club versus Inter Miami tomorrow in the heart of Los Angeles.
Oh, what a double stay by Hugo Ruiz.
It's a star-studded night in the CONCACAF Champions Cup quarterfinals from downtown LA. LAFC face off with Inter Miami.
pregame starts tomorrow at 8 p.m.
on 710 ESPN and the ESPN LA app.
Why do we grill to order at Waba Grill?
It's just better for you.
Download the Waba Rewards app or order online at wabagrill.com. Waba Grill, it's for you.
No. Is his wife mad about it? A little. But Tim works with Empower, and he got good at money. So he can be a little bad. Ooh, horse bobblehead. Classy, Tim. Empower. Invest well, live a little. Start today at empower.com.
I had the worst dream last night. You were in a car crash, and the kids and I were on our own. We had to move out of the house because I couldn't afford it anymore.
That's awful, hon.
My brother got life insurance from Ethos, and it only took 10 minutes. And he got $2 million in coverage for around $2 a day. It's all online. No medical exam. He just answered a few health questions right from his house.
Ethos, here we come.
Visit ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game.
Sample rate is a 10-year term life policy for 35-year-old healthy, non-smoking male. Billed monthly.
Next Gen is the official AC, heating, plumbing, and electrical company of SoCal sports fans. That's right. Next Gen is the absolute best in the biz with thousands of 5-star reviews to prove it. Clogged drain? No problem. Call Next Gen today to book your $88 drain cleaning. That's right. For just $88, you'll receive a professional drain cleaning to keep your home flowing smoothly all season long. Call 833-3-NEXT-GEN. That's 833-3-NEXGEN for your $88 drain cleaning.
NEXGEN, call 833-3NEXTGEN.
The most followed sports radio station in the world.
In the world. That's right. In the world.
710 ESPN.
You know it. Yeah, tell your friends.
At ESPN Los Angeles on Instagram, Facebook, X, YouTube, TikTok, and Twitch.
We're naturally entertaining.
Yes. LA's mega sports station. 710 ESPN.
Hey, everybody, it's Cap. Are you downsizing or inheriting a home? Want to cash in on your equity? Call Sellers Advantage. They buy homes as is with no costly repairs, agents, or commissions. Get a competitive cash offer and close in days or on your timeline. Sellers Advantage has over 20 years of experience and even offers a $10,000 advance for moving expenses. Call 888-390-AS-IS or visit sellersadvantage.com for your no-obligation offer.
DRE number 01961658.
Don't worry, sell happy with Seller's Advantage.
This is the story of the one who, as a maintenance specialist for a historic high-rise, knows that vintage charm historically needs constant attention. Which is why, when it's time to upgrade turn-of-the-century mechanicals, they turn to Grainger. With easy access to 1 million-plus products and the scale to deliver when and where you need them. The right tools and supplies are never far away. So the one can keep that vintage building running like new. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Vivid Seats is your ultimate destination for basketball and hockey this season. With a game-changing rewards program and an unbeatable selection of tickets, they make it easy for every fan to watch their favorite teams and players in action. Catch every one-timer and buzzer-beating 3 live and in person from your favorite seat. Plus, every ticket is backed by a 100% buyer guarantee, giving you peace of mind with every purchase. Don't miss out. Visit VividSeats.com or download the app today. Vivid Seats, the official ticketing partner of ESPN.
18 minutes in front of 1 o'clock, a live imaging Tuesday on Mason and Ireland. Yacht Rock Classic Doobies, Michael McDonald up front. What a fool believes. You know what they may believe, John?
What's that, Chris?
I don't know. I was going to do a Kaplan joke. Kaplan and I got a good 3-mile walk in like the old days this morning.
No
We're
kidding.
headed downtown on the streets.
I didn't know you could go that far. Because you.
I do 5 miles. now.
Because, I mean, you almost died.
Yeah. Oh, I almost died, but now
Oh, I thought it was because of his testosterone stuff.
No, we're not talking about that either. That's private.
You talked about it for 3 hours yesterday.
But that was with Sedano and Cap. I don't want
That doesn't
Momo
count,
hearing
yeah.
that.
I did hear some of that earlier.
See?
You know, when you said it, you were on the radio, so there's a chance people heard.
But I don't want to do it with
Chris.
Momo. I don't want her making
She's
fun
a
of
girl. you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
Well, I told you
I'm a
my
girl.
embarrassing stuff.
Yeah, but, you know.
It's okay.
It's time for Wheel of Questions.
I understand.
Producer Brian Cohen, why don't you spin that wheel, sucker?
That's a dumbass question.
Luke Robitaille's coming in today, 1:15.
The Luke Robitaille, is he coming in?
No,
He's calling.
He's calling in.
The Luke Robitaille show coming up at 1:15. Remember last week when he...
Oh, so fun.
You missed this, John. So Mace came in last Tuesday. We'll get to Wheel of Questions in one moment. his eyes, it looked like he'd been up all night.
Yeah.
From leftover from the party?
That's what we think. But
Okay.
everybody was like, Greg, the first thing he saw, what happened? What's up with your face?
Did he do the D-bag move and wear sunglasses
No.
indoors?
No.
Oh,
And then
he
the
didn't?
minute I saw him, I go, are you okay? Your eyes. He's like, what's going on? So we might have let Luke in on the bed.
Yeah.
So Luke
Walked
talks
in
about
and
The whole time.
talks about like getting invited to the party, and that it was just a sympathy invite, and then goes, yeah, I didn't want to look like you look today with the eyes. And Mace was like, what do you mean? What's going on? It was amazing.
It doesn't take much for Mace to get
He
a
probably
compliment.
drove straight to the doctor.
Oh, yeah.
right
And now
after
that
he
he's
left.
60 and spry, he really was offended.
He really didn't like the word spry either.
He doesn't like the word spry.
Good. I'll use it frequently when he
Yeah.
returns. Laura, what's the question?
All right, guys. So this is super easy. Today is April Fool's, and Tiger
right.
Woods. Tiger Woods might have gotten people.
Yeah,
that was a bad
like
take.
I
but
didn't like it.
because he said, "Hey, I'm coming back for the Masters," and of course he's not because he messed up his Achilles. So I don't believe when people say I'm pregnant, married, engaged, whatever today because it's April Fool's. But I want to know, what is the funniest April Fool's joke you pulled on somebody or that has been pulled on you?
Okay, this is neither one of those things. I didn't pull it on somebody,
Yeah.
but I wonder if any of you remember this. How old were you, Chris, in 1985?
2 years old.
Momo,
6.
you. All right, so Laura, you weren't even born yet,
No.
were you? Brian,
Yeah.
you weren't born
Not
yet
born,
either.
yeah.
Okay, so Sports Illustrated did the coolest April Fool's joke of all time.
Yeah.
George Plimpton, who's a very famous
Oh,
writer,
I know him, yeah.
wrote a story about a baseball pitcher
Yeah.
named Sid Finch.
Yeah.
Okay. And it was on the cover of Sports Illustrated that was dated April 1st,
Yeah.
1985. It said, "The Curious Case of Sid Finch." Now, according to Plimpton, Finch was raised in an orphanage, learned yoga in Tibet, and can throw a fastball 168 miles an hour.
Yep.
And they had pictures of this guy. And basically, they printed it out, and everybody bought it for like a week until
Yeah.
somebody finally figured out that he made the whole thing up. So that's my. What's your
Yeah.
favorite April Fool's
So,
joke?
when I was at Stanford, I was like the weather girl. Okay.
Of course.
I was.
It's your
and
favorite
that
thing.
was like my favorite thing. I was in charge of telling our, when we had to tarp the field,
Right.
when we had to, like, if it was going to rain. That was a very important responsibility. My coach took this very seriously. And for a while, he had been saying to me, he goes, hey, just don't get pregnant because all those women on the Weather Channel, they're always getting pregnant. And I was like, Coach, that's such a weird thing to say to me. So I finally wanted him to, like, stop saying it.
Right.
And so on April Fool's, I let him think the whole time
That you were pregnant?
Yes, the whole
Oh,
time.
my gosh.
And he, like, the whole day, he was just like, Ramona, seriously, like, I told
warned
I
you.
warned you
Yeah.
about this. This is the Weather Channel thing. And then at the end of the day, obviously, I came clean because I didn't even have like a boyfriend at the time. But I would like, he stopped saying that.
Doesn't mean you can't get pregnant, Momo.
True.
Come on, John.
I mean, it is college,
Right. That was my
like,
point.
I was like, it had been like a month of him saying this, and I was like, this is like it's enough already. I'm good. Don't worry.
Chris, what's the best April Fool's
I don't think
joke?
I've ever had an April Fool's joke on me.
Really?
Honestly. I thought it was maybe like, I thought DeMarco was going to leave today. Like, haha, April Fool's finally. You're not on the show anymore, but
Damn.
that didn't happen.
Wait.
Ruthless.
You wanted DeMarco to leave after like 2 months on the show?
I think Sleva coming back wouldn't be the worst thing.
Wow.
April Fool's.
No,
No,
it's
I don't
not.
think he's kidding.
I love DeMarco. Don't get me wrong, but
Sounds like it.
But let's clear something up.
Go ahead.
Slewa, he left on his own accord.
Yeah.
Well, nobody says
the
that
station
anymore.
offered him a deal.
We've offered a few deals,
Yeah.
yeah, so I mean,
and we wish him
you're
well.
entitled to your happiness. Work is not
Yeah.
indentured servitude.
He texted me while I was in the hospital.
He did.
Yeah, because I almost died.
I did.
12:47. 12:47.
You know what? When you were in the hospital, were you hearing "This Is It"? That's
No, see, that's not a fun joke.
Is that the song?
No, I
This
didn't.
is
your
the
rock-
end.
Yeah.
All right. So, did both of you watch the Laker game last night?
Yes.
Do you want me to tell you why this is a really big deal? This win over the
Please,
Rockets last
tell
night?
me.
Because
Okay.
the Rockets are young and fast.
Because the Lakers have.
That's
I know
part
what
of it,
I know the
Chris.
answer, so I'm not
Okay.
going to ruin your bit.
12 out of 13 games the Rockets had won coming into
Okay.
that game. They were the hottest team in the NBA.
Yeah.
They're athletic. They're freakishly long. And the Lakers had a night where all three of the big three had an off night offensively. And so it opened the door for Dorian Finney-Smith and Gabe Vincent to save the day. And J.J. Redick said something after the game, I'm going to play for you guys, that I've heard different versions of this, but if you think about Dorian Finney-Smith and Gabe Vincent and how when they come into a game, they hardly ever make a mistake, they always impact the game, and somebody asked Redick, are you surprised that your two best players tonight may have been Dorian Finney-Smith and J.J. Redick? And he answered it in a way that I think bodes really well for the Lakers. Here's what he said.
Well, I think it's not just in games of this magnitude. It's if you want to be a good basketball team, you need guys to star in their roles. And it goes back to the thing I've said a couple times, which is on bad teams, players reject their roles. On good teams, players accept their roles. On great teams, players embrace their roles. And we've had a number of guys that aren't the big three or whatever moniker you want to give AR, Luke, and Bron. But we have a number of guys on our team that have fully embraced their roles, and it's been the difference in our season.
So I want you to think about something. When the Lakers went through their three-peat with Kobe and Shaq, what he just described, what's going on with Dorian Finney-Smith and Gabe Vincent and Jackson Hayes, was exactly what was going on with Rick Fox, Robert Horry, and Derek Fisher. And the second you double or triple teamed Kobe and Shaq, one of those other dudes would burn you. And that's exactly what happened last night. They doubled Luka, they doubled LeBron, they doubled Austin, and every time they did it, Dorian Finney-Smith and Gabe Vincent hit a three. They hit 12 threes between the two of them. They each made 6. They each finished with 20 points. And if they can do that consistently, the Lakers become almost impossible to defend because you can't guard LeBron one-on-one. You can't guard Luka one-on-one. And Reeves is turning into a guy that carves people up if you try and guard him one-on-one. So last night, Houston was smart. They sent a second defender at Luka, second defender at LeBron, second defender at Reeves. And every time they did, Finney-Smith or Vincent burned them. And the Lakers have right now a handful of guys. Dalton Connect's this way. Dalton Connect is put in the game to do one thing. When a double team comes, get to the three-point line, get to your spot, and hit those shots. And if the Lakers have that going into the playoffs, I honestly think they can play with anybody. And which leads me to my next point. I now want the Lakers on the other side of the bracket. The only team that really, really scares me, that was the 2 seed last night, is OKC. They're deep. They play defense
really fast.
They're Momo. They might win if they win every game. They win 70 games. Woo. They have 7 games left, and they have 63 wins. I don't think they'll win them all, but they would become only the 3rd team ever to win 70 games, and they're really good. So the Lakers right now are the 4, but they're a game behind Denver for the 3, and the Lakers have the tiebreaker. So just catch Denver. All you don't have to pass them. You just have to catch them. Or catch Houston. We play Houston again on April 11th. Okay? We get that game, and then we have the tiebreaker over the Rockets because we're going to play them 3 times this year. The Lakers have the tiebreaker over almost every team because the first tiebreaker is head-to-head. They've done well in these head-to-head games. The second tiebreaker is if you win your division, and it looks like the Lakers are going to win their division. So I think there is a decent chance if they don't punt on any of these 7 games down the stretch, they could get the 3. And I just want them out of the 4-5. And what I mean by that is on one side of the bracket, 1 plays 8 and 4 plays 5.
Right.
The other side of the bracket is 2 plays 7 and 3 plays 6. I want them in that bottom bracket. I want them in the 2-7, 3-6 bracket. So either drop to 6 or move up to 3. But I want them on the other side of the bracket as OKC. Am I overly worried about OKC, Momo?
I think you're overly worried.
You think the Lakers would take them?
I don't know that they'll take them. I think it's a really good series. I would rather it be the Western Conference Finals, not the semifinals.
Right. That's what I'm heading at. Or let somebody else go. Like have them play 2 series before they get to you. That's what I mean.
Because I'm not afraid. I don't think you should be afraid of the Thunder. They're really, really good, but they're also still very young. And when you get like Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, I think he'll win the MVP this year. Jalen Williams, really good. Chet Holmgren, really good. But the Lakers have Luka and LeBron. Like, they have 2 top 5 players in the league. I mean, I don't know if you put LeBron still there, but Luka's there. And I don't that in and of itself in a playoff series where it's going to be a half court game. The transition offense is somewhat mitigated.
Right.
I think that's really hard to beat.
And last night they won that game with defense.
Yeah.
They held Houston, the hottest team in the league, to 98 points. They had been in the previous 4 games giving up 125. Yeah. So they made a defensive adjustment and they looked really good.
How hard is it for them to drop to 6?
Not. Look at the standings.
Right.
I mean, there is...
Especially the games in front of them.
And I'm dead serious about this. They could finish anywhere from 2nd to 7th.
Yep.
You don't want them 7th.
It's that tight. No, because you got to play in the play-in.
Right, exactly.
If you're 7th. But what I'm noticing is there's a bunch of games, I think there's one tonight, where like 2 teams that desperately need to win are playing each other.
Right.
Like tonight, Laura, look up who Golden State plays tonight. Golden State plays somebody else, like Minnesota or somebody that needs to win.
By the way,
somebody's getting a loss tonight.
Speaking of teams you don't want to play, I don't want to play Minnesota. That's a scary team. They're really good.
I would rather play. Oklahoma City worries me. I would rather play Minnesota than the Clippers. I think the Clippers are peaking at exactly the right time. And has anybody noticed that Kawhi is back to being Kawhi?
Yeah, he's really good.
Golden State's playing Memphis tonight. By the
All right, so that's a game Memphis should lose. They're in the 5.
I feel like Memphis could fall. It's probably going to fall out of that 5 spot. I think the Clippers and Memphis.
What if we get Clippers, Lakers in the 4-5?
You could.
The one I want, like selfishly, Lakers Warriors.
I know, it's great.
Because think about the ratings for us, for Spectrum, for TNT.
Yeah.
Steph Curry and Jimmy Butler on one side.
Oh.
LeBron and Luka on the other. We're going to get a preview of that Thursday night.
Yep.
We could have had USC UCLA in the Final Four, by the way.
We could have.
And UConn should have thrown the game and let USC win.
Hey, can I say that USC has absolutely nothing to hang their heads over?
No, it was an amazing season. We're proud to be partners with them, and it was on ESPN LA. But UConn, we don't need you in the Final Four. What we wanted was that UCLA USC.
Yeah, and
do it for the kids.
I don't know if we would have wanted it with no Juju.
Yeah, no, that's true.
But I think UCLA. What's the latest on Corey Close, Laura?
What about her?
Are we getting her this week?
We are still pending.
Okay, so maybe we might get Corey Close this week before she goes into the Final Four on Friday night. Women's Final Four is Atlanta. Men are going to San Antonio, right?
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure where the
I
women
never
are
know
going.
where anything is anymore. I just watch it on TV.
But our other team, the USC men's basketball team, starts in the Crown Tournament tonight. You'll hear that game on 710 ESPN in Vegas, the new Crown Tournament.
I didn't know there was an old Crown Tournament.
It's the first year.
New.
Oh,
it may be the last year.
Okay.
They've been having trouble drawing fans, and a lot of teams, fairly or unfairly, are sitting their guys. So if you're going to have a tournament, and I like the idea of adding another postseason tournament, more teams get to play in the postseason.
Yeah.
But you got to take it seriously.
Yeah.
You got to play your guys.
I think with the SC, like what I saw from them after Juju got hurt was that they've built a program. That's not just a one-player team.
Well, Lindsey Gottlieb and Corey Close are both excellent coaches. Lindsey Gottlieb could be the head coach of the men's team.
Yeah.
I mean, she's really good.
She's really good, and those freshmen they got are great. Those
we have an assistant coach named Lindsey Harding. She played at Duke. She was the number 1 pick in the WNBA draft. She could be a head coach. Michael and I spent a lot of time with her. She could be a head coach in the NBA. She may be the one to break that glass ceiling if Becky Hammond doesn't get there first.
Yeah.
But Lindsey Harding is like universally respected by the guys on our team. The thing that helped her and JJ started at Duke together as freshmen, and they were the best player in the incoming class, and they've been friends ever since.
And Lindsey's coached with the WNBA teams. She was with the Kings for a little while.
Well, she coached their G League team like 2 years ago.
To a title.
To men.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she could be really good at that. All right, so coming up next is Sports Graffiti. We're in the middle of Live Imaging Tuesday. Morales will be in here all day. We got Sports Graffiti coming up next. You can call on any subject you want. You can talk about the Lakers. You can talk about the Dodgers. By the way, Freddie Freeman fell in the shower.
Have you ever fell in I want to ask you later about the falling in the shower.
If I did, I don't think I would say that's how I got hurt.
Momo, you ever fall in the shower?
Yeah, and the bath.
Really?
Both.
Oh.
Yeah,
I want to hear those stories too.
Yeah, but if you got injured, make something up. Say you got taken out at second base on a steal.
I know, it's kind of embarrassing.
But Freddie Freeman's so earnest, though.
I know, and the thing is, people are going to find, nowadays they find it. People find out. Like, there's cameras everywhere.
Have either one of you
got
guys
a camera
seen
in the shower?
I mean, no, but you probably tell by the injury.
I think that's
you
illegal,
know.
Chris.
Depends
Don't ask
on-
me how I know that.
But not if you have your own
Whoa.
camera. I mean,
No.
What was that movie where
I don't know actually.
No, the creepy guy Sharon Stone was in it, and one of the Baldwins was in it. It was called
Yeah.
Sliver, and the guy owned an apartment building, and he had cameras in every other apartment, so he could
good.
be a voyeur. It was really weird. Wasn't that great?
What are you gonna
But Sports Graffiti coming up next. 877-710-3776. 877-710-3776. Your phone call's coming up next. Momo in for Mace. Morales is in here for Mason in Ireland, ESPN L.A.
Give me that WrestleMania song because guess what? Monday, you've got your chance to win WrestleMania tickets from your friends at ESPN LA and Hollywood Park Casino. Join the afternoon show. O'Shea Jackson Jr., Scott Kaplan, producer Lindsay, myself in person at a Hollywood Park Casino. But here's the important part. You got to go to ESPNLA.com to register. That way you got 2 chances to win. ESPNLA.com. You could be going to WrestleMania in Vegas, courtesy of Hollywood Park Casino and our friends at ESPN LA. More Mason and Momo next.
Sedano and Cap.
Today at 3 p.m. after Mason in Ireland.
Did you see Young D's new tattoo?
I did.
He's very proud about the lion.
Yeah, he is.
He's like, look at my lion.
I told him, I said, DeAndre, it's a very cool looking tattoo. I mean, you can see how brand new it is. It's got that 3-dimensional thing where it's like above the skin right now. And then it's got all that glazing all over it. You know what I mean?
This show, from what I've caught up on, likes to glaze.
Loves glazing.
Yeah.
Big glazing show.
But I said to DeAndre, I go, getting a tattoo all the way down your arm is one thing. I go, bro, but once you start getting them on your neck and they start creeping up on your face.
I don't think he was going to do neck or face.
No, that was never in the
I don't think he was going to do that.
I mean, I got one good buddy.
Yeah,
of mine.
why are you going down a path?
Because I
was
trying to give
curious.
Hey, DeAndre, don't get a face tattue.
Well, I was trying to tell that young fella.
DeAndre, don't be Mike Tyson.
Well, I was trying to tell him.
Did you think he was going to do teardrops on his face? Or?
No, I'm like...
The LA Afternoon Takeover. That's Sedano and Cap.
On 710 ESPN.
Hey, it's Mace. Looking for some fun? Dive into Chumba Casino, your ultimate destination for free, fun-to-play social casino games. Play slots, bingo, and more whenever and wherever you want. With new games dropping every week, there's always something fresh. Lounge on the sofa or play on the go. Play now at ChumbaCasino.com.
Available only to players in the U.S.
Waba Grill.
What's our secret? It's our sauce.
Our sauces are more flavorful for you, from sweet and spicy to fiery hot. Waba Grill. It's unexpected. It's delicious. It's saucy. It's for you.
Club. Come watch 144 of the world's best female golfers, including standout LPGA superstar Nelly Korda and back-to-back champion Hannah Green. Tickets start at just $25. First responders, military, kids under 18, and those affected by the Eaton and Palisades fires get in free. Get your tickets today at jmeaglelachampionship.com.
At Hyundai, we make a big deal about the little things, like the little fact that 9 Hyundai vehicles have earned IIHS Top Safety Picks this year, and offering a little thing called America's Best Warranty, because delivering safety and quality, pretty big deal. Visit your nearest Hyundai dealer today. Hyundai, there's joy in every journey.
Test drive a new Hyundai today at your local Hyundai dealer, where every Hyundai comes standard with America's Best Warranty, plus 3 years or 36,000 miles of complimentary maintenance. Visit buyhyundai.com to find the dealer nearest you. Call 562-314-4603 for details.
Hi, this is Sean McVay of your LA Rams. The Rams play here. KSPN, Los Angeles.
710 ESPN.
A good karma brands radio station.
One of the greatest songs ever made. 2 minutes after 1 o'clock on a live imaging Tuesday. Mason and Ireland. Momo is sitting in for Mace as his vacation. The great thing about when Mace is on vacation, before we get to Sports Graffiti, the Mace Instagram. The daily, I'm just hanging out in New York.
Yeah.
Selfie picture.
Here's the weirdest thing about Mason's Instagram.
Yes?
You ever notice he's always the only one in the pictures?
That's the thing.
It's like Juan refuses to participate.
Is it a Juan refusal or is it a Mace refusal?
No, he says Juan doesn't want to be in them.
Well, but then that's also part of the
right,
why he's won.
Would you continue
I guess.
to post? Basically, he posts selfies of himself.
Right.
Well, that's the definition of a selfie.
No, but my selfies all have another person in them.
Oh, true. Yeah, I usually take a picture with people.
Yeah.
Well, here's one. The only selfies you post with other people are people who are famous.
Of course.
I
the
still
only
haven't
pictures-
made the party selfies.
Yeah, the pictures that come out of the party all have O'Shea or really pretty people. Really pretty people.
I thought I was an OG Mace friend, and I guess
the
I'm
OGs,
not.
we got thrown. We got thrown.
we did.
Momo, you have not, huh? I
No.
went and looked. You have not came
I haven't
out of
made
the
it.
picture.
Something's going on there.
I came out because of Trudell.
Discrimination.
No, I think that
I didn't even
you know,
see Trudell. He got there after I left.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys left early.
I was there from 8 to 10:30.
I had a very interesting conversation with Trudell. And remember, I'm sober now, so it wasn't like I misremembered it. It was very un-Trudell-like for like 9 minutes.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, he's multifaceted, Chris.
He is. And
All
he-
right.
yeah.
He seems like he has a dark side. I could see that.
Trudell?
Yeah.
I can assure you he's not. He's from Minnesota.
Time for sports
It's always
graffiti.
the quiet ones.
No, that could be true.
Hit the music, Brian Kelly.
All right, here we go. Luis, you're hitting lead off today. You're on Sports Graffiti. Luis, go.
Morales, man, it's so good to see you back, man. Every
Thank you,
night,
bro.
my 11-year-old, who loves the shows, that's great parenting,
Thank you.
would say, "Are we going to pray for Morales?" And I'd say, "Yeah, let's do it." And he'd say, "All right, go ahead."
Go ahead.
Two things.
Thank you, Luis.
Two things. If you're ever in the Santa Clarita Valley, dinner is still on me. We can't do the Berjal, but maybe we can find like a nice Mediterranean restaurant
Yeah.
because the Mediterranean is very low sodium and herbaceous, and it might help the spunk. You
Chris,
never know.
the great
You know? You
Lisa
never know.
Ireland, a native of the Santa Clarita Valley.
I didn't know that.
Graduate of Saugus High School.
And now she likes me because
Shout
I
out to
almost
the
died.
661.
There you go.
Now she likes
What
me
was
because
the
I almost
second
died.
thing, Luis?
Second thing is a question for you. So while you were out, while you were in your coma, because Momo, he almost died.
Yeah, I did hear that. Yeah.
Yeah. Slee wants to know: did you ever find out why it's called Yacht Rock?
Oh, that would have been a definite thing you should have asked God. Yeah.
I didn't see God.
Glad
I
you're
saw
back.
some other. Thank
All
you,
right,
Luis.
thanks, Luis.
It's just a genre. Why is it called hip hop? So why is
Yeah.
yacht? Right?
Right.
It's just a genre. It's a soft AC.
Don't they cover
soft
that
rock.
in the Yacht Rock doc?
Kind of, but it's really just it was actually a joke that got turned into a real thing that it was
Got it.
made fun
It's like
of as
elevator
yacht rock.
music.
By the
Right.
way, if you watch the Yacht Rock doc, do not eject before the closing credits
Yes.
where you hear the phone call with Donald Fagen from Steely Dan.
It's
Okay.
amazing.
Highlight of the entire doc. Sean, you're on Sports Graffiti. Sean, go for it.
Hey, Chris, it's so good to have you back. You're the voice that's all throughout all of ESPN LA, and it wasn't the same when you weren't around, and congratulations going back. Love from all of us.
Thank you so much. I didn't know
You're
Mason and
welcome.
Ireland listeners had this much love for me. I appreciate it.
We found the two.
Yeah.
Easy, Momo.
We'll balance it out before the end of Sports Graffiti.
I didn't take it easy on you. I don't know. I thought you were up for a little.
Oscar, you're on Sports Graffiti. Oscar, go.
Well, hey, fellas, happy afternoon. Day. All right, give you your flowers, bro. I'm hearing you on the radio. It's sounding more and more like Chick Curran, bro. Just want to throw that at
All
you,
right.
man.
Biggest
Hey, Morales,
compliment you can give a play-by-play guy
Yeah.
is to say what you just said. Go ahead, Oscar.
And hey, Morales, I'm on the sober train with you too, bro, man. I'm doing it 40 days for Lent, man.
God bless.
I'm almost there, so I feel you.
God bless you,
That's all
Oscar.
I
Good
got.
luck.
All
Good
right,
luck, my
thanks,
friend.
Oscar. Nick, you're on Sports Graffiti. Nick, go for it.
Hi there, guys. Hey, so I want to talk about something on the last show before this. You cannot count two
I
sets
think we
of
gotta let's put
songs
Nick on hold. Let's put Nick on hold.
Hey,
for a
Nick,
second.
walk around a little bit. Get to a different spot.
Yeah,
I think he was going to bash Travis and DeMarcus, so I like
Oh,
that. So
yeah.
we'll try to get back there.
Chris, Chris, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go.
Good afternoon. You know, there's a NFL official who threw a penalty flag, and it hit this lineman in his eye.
I remember that.
And, God, I feel sorry for him. The Dodgers are throwing sunflower seeds into the faces of our home run hitters. You know what's going to happen?
What?
It's going to go into someone's eye.
It's going to get
It makes no sense.
It's Chris. It's only fun until someone gets hurt.
Wait,
I don't know about the
missed
sunflower
this.
seeds.
What's going on with the sunflower seeds?
When a guy hits a home run and he comes back in the dugout, they shower him with sunflower seeds.
Okay.
They've been doing it for a
It's a
year.
thing.
And it's
Okay.
harmless. It's basically like when you throw rice at a wedding.
Yeah.
Shut up.
You know?
Yeah, but you know what? That could hit somebody.
Don't explain it. Let's just
I
let it
won't.
go.
Lane. Hey, Lane, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go.
I agree with the last caller. We almost had a pitcher who died from eating a salad, so let's not tempt fate.
That's
but
right.
My call is about yesterday in the rings. I don't want to blow up her spot, but Billie Jean King happened to be at the same hotel where my best friend got married this weekend, and my mother was there. And she has the best luck running into famous people. The whole cast of Seinfeld, Magic Johnson, ran into Billie Jean King in the valet. That ring was huge, massive, John. I do not understand how people think that is fashionable or something they're going to wear on a daily basis.
Yeah, wait. I brought my my Lakers championship ring in yesterday, Chris, and I made everybody wear it to prove a point. This Dodgers ring they gave out the other day, no one's ever going to wear it. It's too big. It's a monstrosity. And I guess at this point, they're more decorative sculptures than they are functional rings.
It's like,
I don't know. Like, so I agree with you that you can't really wear them, but I liked the rings that were people wore them.
Me too.
Yeah, that was why I brought it up.
Like the
yeah,
fact
Phil
that,
used to wear his championship rings.
and it was really cool to see
During
him,
the playoffs.
Yes. And to see, like, Jimmy Johnson would sometimes wear his rings on TV.
And now they are so massive that I had Brian, and Brian actually got used to it.
Yeah.
Laura, the ring was way too big for her, so she put tape around her finger to make
But
it
I
fit.
wanted it back.
Yeah, but you guys both said you would learn how to wear it.
Over time, yeah, you'd get
Brian,
used to
I think it would be hard for you to do your job with that ring.
It would, but it's such a nice ring that I would compromise.
Who
You know,
was the first team to take that step? I can't even remember when rings became less rings.
And more sculptures.
Yes, exactly. Trophies, basically.
Harold, you're on Sports Graffiti. Harold, what do you got?
I got two things real quick, Ken. I don't get into all the other stuff. But I really don't believe the Lakers are going to get to win a championship. There's no way. But the second thing, what do you think about the Bruins women and UConn on Friday? What kind of chance do we have?
I think UCLA has an excellent chance because if you watch that last game, that last UCLA game, when they needed to, they locked people up defensively. So I don't think Paige Beckers is going to score 40 points against UCLA.
I also think, though,
who guards Lauren Betts for UConn?
Yeah, Sarah Strong. She's a great player for UConn.
Right, but Lauren Betts has just rolled through all these people.
I think Sarah Strong is like the next great UConn player.
I think they got a great shot. I think UCLA's got a great shot. We'll see.
I think UConn's winning it all.
You think the whole thing?
Really?
Yeah. I think Paige is on one right now.
By the way, I used to book Gino Auriemma for Tony Bruno 22 years ago.
Wow.
Yo, man, give me Gino Auriemma. Can you just retire already?
Okay, you've had it with Gino?
I'm really upset about last night.
You and Michael Thompson.
Yeah, I'm done.
Yeah.
Just retire, bro. Enough.
He was good content on the radio, I bet.
Oh, Gino.
Cool.
Yeah, he's not shy. Let's put
No.
it that way. Here is Joe. Joe, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go.
Hey, guys, big fan. I have a question and a joke. Question. The whole Jerkson Profar thing, being suspended 80 games for PED, I don't know if you guys covered it earlier.
Saw that.
He's also suspended for the playoffs. Do you think that's a good punishment, and should other leagues do it? And my joke. What do you call an Irish lesbian?
What?
Gaelic.
Okay. I was nervous.
I like that.
And then it came out okay.
Did it?
I don't know, maybe.
I think you're either serious about PEDs or you're not. And I think that if you want it, baseball was almost ruined by PEDs, so I have zero issue with Jerkson Profar being suspended for 80 games in the playoffs. None. Because
I think baseball's
remember there was a
serious about
time where
PEDs,
baseball, they all did it.
Yeah, it's a pretty good deterrent. 80 games in the playoffs is serious. But I don't know that other leagues are as serious about it.
Right.
All right, couple of things. Number one, lie of the day. Momo, have you lied yet?
I don't remember. I don't know.
I don't know.
Maybe.
If you've lied yet.
Maybe not.
Yeah, Ramona's lie today. If you listen all this week for lie of the day, thanks to our friends at Rigorer and Austin Reeves. Identify Momo's lie of the day at 2:30, and you win a qualifying prize of a $50 gift code to Rigorer.com. And then on Friday, the grand prize winner wins a pair of Austin Reeves signed AR2s from 710 ESPN and Rigorer. Listen all this week from noon to 3 to win. Luke Robitaille coming up next. Before we get to Luke, let me tell you about ZipRecruiter. If you are hiring, stop waiting and use ZipRecruiter. Right now you can use it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/LA. Ian Siegel the guy who invented ZipRecruiter, puts it this way. We don't leave anything to chance. Here's what he means. They have matching technology. It's an algorithm that quickly finds and sends you the most qualified people for your roles. How quick? 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within 1 day. So stop screwing around and use ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/LA. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. Mason and Ireland. Luke Robitaille from the Kings joining us next on ESPN.
The countdown is on. In just 1 day, LAFC battle Inter Miami.
In the CONCACAF Champions Cup quarterfinals from BMO Stadium.
Pour it on, black and gold! The 2 biggest clubs in MLS.
And some of the biggest soccer icons around the globe. Giroud,
Messi,
Ruiz,
Suarez,
Bouanga,
Busquets.
LAFC versus Inter Miami.
Oh my goodness, Denise! 1 day away.
And you can live it all here on 710 ESPN.
And the ESPN LA app.
And #1 in Orange County for orthopedic and spine care by U.S. News & World Report. From the surf to the green, our world-class doctors are there, which is why more Californians choose Hoag Orthopedic Institute for orthopedic and spine care more than any other hospital. At Hoag Orthopedic Institute, there is no one better at getting you back to you. Proudly founded by premier physicians in partnership with Hoag. Learn more at HoagOrthopedicInstitute.com.
Vivid Seats is your ultimate destination for basketball and hockey this season. With a game-changing rewards program and an unbeatable selection of tickets, they make it easy for every fan to watch their favorite teams and players in action. Catch every one-timer and buzzer-beating 3 live and in person from your favorite seat. Plus, every ticket is backed by a 100% buyer guarantee, giving you peace of mind with every purchase. Don't miss out. Visit VividSeats.com or download the app today. Vivid Seats, the official ticketing partner of ESPN.
This is a story of the one. As a maintenance specialist for university housing, he knows college students can major in wear and tear. Plus, housing so many students doesn't leave a lot of room to house all the supplies he needs. That's where Grainger comes in. With over 1 million industrial-grade products and fast, dependable delivery, Grainger carries the quality products he needs so he doesn't have to. From a new door hinge to a whole new faucet. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Finally figured out that the only thing that's actually crazy is not watching college ball at Morongo. Now your top reasons to visit Morongo.
College b-ball's biggest games on our big screens everywhere you eat, stay, and play.
Number 2.
Desi Banks, live April 25th.
And the number 1 reason.
Moses Happy Hour is actually several hours. Get half-price brews, bites, and cocktails Monday to Thursday, 2 to 5 p. and Friday, noon to 5.
Morongo, good times.
Hey, LA, let's talk trash. Food waste, that is. Tossing your food scraps in the regular trash sends them to landfills where they release harmful gases like methane. Fight global warming by simply sorting your food scraps and placing them in your green bin. It's quick, it's easy, it helps protect our planet. Ready to do your part? Visit cleanla.com or call 888-CLEAN-LA for more tips. This message funded by Cal Recycle.
And it is Mason and Ireland, your Tuesday, around 1:15, and it is time for the legend.
Gretzky at center. Here's Gretzky into the other zone. Gretzky drops it. Here's Robitaille. Shoots. Scores!
He's the president of your Los Angeles Kings, and of course a legend on the ice as well. Time for the Luke Robitaille Show with Mason and Ireland, now Tuesdays around 1:15, right here on your home of the Los Angeles Kings, 710 ESPN, the Luke Robitaille Show right now on Mason and Ireland.
Lots to get to today with the great Luke Robitaille, president of the LA Kings, who joins us now. Luke, first of all, did you have to get a tetanus shot after you visited our studios last week?
No, but I got checked by our trainers. I just wanted to make sure. I was a little nervous.
All right, good, smart. All right, so this
is everybody good over there?
Yeah, we're all good. And but we got a lot of stuff for you. Like first of all, I looked this up. You played 19 years in the NHL, and you only got into 5 fights. So you weren't like you were not Marty McSorley. You were primarily a scorer, and you didn't.
No, actually, that is not true. You got to ask yourself, it's very rare that people will attack the United States because they're the superpower.
Right.
Yeah.
So when you are a superpower, people don't come at you.
Okay, so that's why you
You
didn't
gotta
get in
look
a
at
lot
it-
of fights.
You got to look at it this way.
Yeah,
Okay,
I like
I see
that.
where you're going.
Because
By the
maybe
way,
they just knew what was coming.
By the way, I noticed, Luke, that 2 of those 5 fights, you played 19 years, and 2 of those 5 fights were in the same game. Do you and Chris Chelios just not like each other? What happened?
Actually, he was my friend, and what happened is the first fight, I was so mad because I was kind of like going back at him. He had whacked me earlier in the game and earlier 2 games prior, so I kind of gave it back to him, and like I wasn't ready, and he kind of sucker punched me, and so I was so bad that the minute I came out of the box, I went back at him. Like I thought I could get him. I never quite got him good. But
well, I like your spirit.
So that made it. I had 2 fights that game against my friend.
Okay,
Love it.
good. I'm glad you guys are getting
like,
along.
When I was I had that same theory when I was an athlete. I used to play right field usually, and I kind of had a bit of the yips sometimes when I got to college. They changed the way I threw a little bit, but I had a really good arm. So what I would do in warm-ups is just throw it as hard as I could and dare people not to run on me because I was scared I was going to throw the ball away all the time.
Right. Yeah.
Like I would be like, hey, coach,
That's
throw
right.
it out
There you
there.
go.
I'm going to wing it home and I'm going to wing it to third base.
Show off your arm a little
exactly.
bit. All right. So, Luke, the reason I brought up fighting is after you were in here last week, there was something I've never seen happen before, and I'm hoping you can explain it to me. For people who don't follow hockey, the Kings have an excellent goalie this year, Darcy Kemper. He might, Luke, he could win the Vezina Trophy, right? He's like really good.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's right. He's been really good.
All right. So Kemper and Jeremy Swayman, who is the goalie for Boston, skate to the middle of the ice. They drop gloves. We're going to have a goalie fight, which you hardly ever see.
A goalie fight's the best.
And the linesmen stop it. They refuse to let him fight. Is that normal? Do linesmen always stop goalies for fighting, or what happened there? Explain that to me.
I think it depends on the time and who the goalies are and the situation in the game. I think in this one, we're near the end of the season, and it got in between, and the linesman went in between. It's kind of funny because even us that were upstairs on the management were like, "Oh, this is going to be fun to watch." But there is the risk that the guy could get injured, or like hurt his hand or something. So we would never want that to happen. So I think the referee jumped in it. I do think most linesmen, when it's guys that are not used to fighting, they will try to stop it. All jokes aside, guys, whenever like a guy and myself would go in the game and we'd start pushing around, a lot of times the linesman would jump in between and go, "Luke, you don't want to do that today." I would agree with them. So it was a little bit the same with the goalies where they were like, I don't think you want to do that. What if you get hurt? But it certainly would have been fun. It's great entertainment for sure.
Okay, so Luke, are you you don't see fighting in the Olympics because you get suspended for the next game. You rarely see fighting in the playoffs. Will we get to a stage one day that they'll eliminate fighting, or is fighting in the regular season a part of hockey and it'll be here as long as you and I are on Earth?
Maybe you and I on Earth, yes, but fighting is way down. It's probably down like 70 or 80%, from what it was like back in the 90s or 80s. The biggest reason is the guys that used to be on the fourth line were more enforcers. And today, like all good teams on the fourth line, they have players that can really play. Now, that being said, it doesn't mean things don't get settled every once in a while on the ice. And what happens usually, the reason things get settled down that way is more someone did like something out of the code of playing the game. We all have a code because, you got a stick and there's a lot of hitting in the game and everybody accepts the hitting. But every once in a while when a player is a little bit out of bounds, like there might be a reason for guys to take care of each other. and that still happened. I do see a future where at some point, now I don't know how close or how far that is, where it could be that if you fight, you're out of that game, where there will still be fight, but the perception was it's not there anymore because you'd be kicked out. But I don't think we're close to that yet.
I noticed that you also had a fight recently where, was it Jeff Malott, that was his first home game for the Kings, and he gets into a fight, and that was a real fight, Luke. I don't know if you were there that night, but those two guys were they were punching the crap out of each other. And go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, Malott took a lot of blows to he dished it out, but he took a lot of blows to the face too, and I wonder at some point if it becomes counterproductive. I mean, I understand fighting's a part of hockey, but both of those guys could have, after that fight, could have had concussions. I don't know. I mean, you know, you've been in more hockey fights than I have. Are you okay when you see a fight like that where it's these two guys? It was a pretty even fight, but they were both punching each other in the face over and over again. If they left it up to you, if they came and they said, Luke, should we change the fighting rules? Would you keep them the same or would you make it more punitive?
I mean, there's already the fact in our game, if you start the fight without the other guy being ready, there's pretty severe punishment. You know, like you get, I think you get up to 17 or 19 minutes. And then I think if you do it twice, you get suspended right away. So they're not letting players do that. When they square off the way Jeff did and the other player, I knew he was much bigger than him, but that Jeff Malott, like he's trying to make the NHL. He's got a lot of courage, and he did really well. Yeah. You're right. It is kind of scary. You don't want anybody to get injured ever, but it's still in our game, so I don't see it going away yet. But like I said to you, it's definitely coming down a lot more.
Gotcha.
And it's kind of funny in our game that this kid, Jeff, I think it was his third or fourth game in the NHL, no, third game in the NHL. And, you know, he wants to stay. So he showed his teammates and the organization he's willing to do more than just play the game and to stay and be part of this team. And there's a lot to say about that, you know, like sports is hard. It's brutal. Like athletes get traded, you know, if you're struggling, like in football, you get caught and, you know, you get bought out in our sport. So when you have a guy that's willing to do a little bit more than everybody else to play, like a lot of time they'll end up playing a long time.
Yeah, it sets a tone for how the team responds, right? Like that's just letting people know what kind of player you are. If you survive that first fight, people don't mess with you as much.
Yeah, you should have seen me. I didn't survive my first fight. My first fight I ever took was at training camp. And you know, if you've seen a hockey fight, they always hold like the right arm because you assume the guy is punching right. The first guy I fought was about 5 inches taller than me. I grabbed his right arm and I was going to swing, and he was a lefty. He punched me twice. I got 4. It's not like in the movies. You don't get up from it. And I got 25 stitches. And
oh my gosh!
I got a scar to remember it.
You still have a scar for it. Hey, did Gretzky ever end up in a fight? I know he always had a guy like McSorley or Dave Semenko or somebody to like as his protector. Did Wayne ever end up getting in a fight, or did he play his whole career without one?
No, he got one. I think it was against a guy in Minnesota. I can't remember his name. Neil Broughton, I think that was his name. There's actually a YouTube video. It's pretty funny, and then Wayne makes fun of himself, too. He might have gotten into another one where he swung around a little bit in L.A., but for sure Neil Broughton, I think that was in Edmonton that he did, and he always laughed about his fight, but because, you know, Wayne was really small. I mean, like people forget how small or skinny he was. It's pretty amazing what he's done at his size.
Luke, I wanted to ask you about, you guys are second place in the Pacific, right behind Vegas. You're ahead of Edmonton by 2 points. Does it matter to you where you're seated? You appear headed for the playoffs. Does it matter if you get 2, 3, 4? I think you're going to get 2 or 3. I don't know if you can catch Vegas, but I think you're going to get 2 or 3. Does it matter which one you get to you?
I mean, it doesn't matter because once you're in, but if you're asking us now with 9 games left, where do you want to end up? We want to end up as high as possible. Does it make a difference to have home ice? We believe so because, it's not just the first 2 games that you start at home. Is if you end up in a game 7, you play that one at home. I think it does make a big difference. Our fans have been unbelievable this year, so it's from that standpoint, we'd love to see if we can get home ice because we know as you get down further in the series, it can make a difference.
One thing to Luke's point, Momo, the Kings have fewer losses at home this year than any team in the NHL.
Yep.
They're 27-4-4. And what's interesting about that, Luke, is that the Lakers are the same way. The Lakers have the 3rd best home record in the NBA, but they're not as good on the road. So the Kings and Lakers in that way, home advantage would mean something.
Hey, also Nick Nixon. Right. He's been honored tonight. What are you guys going to do for him?
The great Nick Nixon.
Yeah.
Love Nick.
Yeah, he's such a great person. I remember a couple of years ago I asked him to squeeze one more year for us, and he decided to do it. So it's going to be special to honor him and his family tonight to come in. I mean, obviously he's going to finish the season, but we're really fortunate to have had like a Bob Miller and a Nick Nixon part of our organization for all these years. So from that standpoint, we're just going to go above and beyond to try to make this night as special as possible for him and his family.
Nick's a great guy. That is a well-deserved honor. Boy, Luke, Nick Nixon's leaving. Lee Zeidman's leaving.
Lee Zeidman's leaving.
Yeah, Luke, that means you and I are officially old.
Oh,
Luke,
no.
we've hung around so long that the guys who started when we started are all leaving.
Oh, man.
I agree. That's official.
But that's great that you're doing that for Nick. And like you said, 9 games left. If you go see a Kings game, they're normally winning if you go to watch a game at Crypto.com. So, Luke, keep it up. We always enjoy talking to you. Have fun with Nick and honoring him, and we'll talk to you next week.
Thank you, guys. Have a good week, okay?
All right. See ya. Yeah, those 2 goalies were getting ready to square off and beat the crap out of each other, and the linesman stopped it.
Well, I mean, I like what Luke said. He was like, "Hey, you sure you want to do that?"
Well, and by the way, his goalie, if his goalie gets hurt, there goes the season. That guy's been that good. He's been pretty unbelievable. All right, we'll talk about the Dodgers. Big game tonight. Chris Sale is pitching against the Dodgers. They'll probably still win anyway. We'll get into that next. Momo's in for May, ESPN LA.
The fun way to drive home is with Sedano and Cap.
Weekdays after Mason in Ireland.
Cappy did not want to order what I ordered because he didn't want to order the same thing. I'm like, we're not sharing meals. Like, what do you care?
But you know what? Here's the thing. So I really wanted the chicken piccata, but George ordered first. Here's what we should have done. You ready?
No. He's not your date.
Yeah, no, he was my date. 100. We were holding hands walking in. Yes, he was my date.
Sedano and Cap today at 3 p.m.
on 710 ESPN.
Wildfires don't just destroy homes, they turn lives upside down. When the Eaton fire swept through, families were left scared and overwhelmed and unsure where to turn. You're about to hear something from someone who
Join Cappy, O'Shea Jackson Jr., producer Lindsay, and I for a special Monday Night Raw watch party here at Hollywood Park Casino. You can win tickets to the biggest wrestling event in Las Vegas, plus a round-trip airfare and a one-night stay. You must be present to win and 21 years or older to enter. Park Party and Play here at Hollywood Park Casino.
Is it time to sell your home? Whether you're downsizing, moving, or inheriting a property, call Seller's Advantage. With decades of experience, they offer custom cash solutions and can close in days. No repairs, no agents, no hassle, just a great offer that gives you peace of mind. Call 888-390-AS-IS or visit sellersadvantage.com. Don't worry, sell happy with Seller's Advantage.
DRE number 01961658.
Don't worry, sell happy with Seller's Advantage.
When you're in the thick of a project, Harbor Freight is the place that always comes in handy. Whether you're picking up something for your pickup truck or a power tool for your project, at Harbor Freight, your dollar always goes further. And these days, when everything seems to cost more, you can take pride in knowing that you get hard-working tools at hard-working prices. Whatever you do, do it for less at Harbor Freight.
With Progressive's collision coverage, my family gets up to $1,000 for vet bills if I'm injured in a car accident. And that makes this Chihuahua really feel like part of the family. What's that? I don't sound like a Chihuahua? Oh, I'm sorry. What exactly am I supposed to sound like? I guess all Chihuahuas are high-strung, riding around in expensive designer purses. Actually, I prefer riding in cars. So I appreciate that my family protects me with Progressive's pet collision coverage. Okay, maybe I am a little high-strung. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Not available in all states. Coverage for dogs and cats is included with the purchase of collision coverage and is subject to policy terms.
Got to find that Diamond Girl 27 minutes in front of 2 o'clock on a live imaging Tuesday on Mason and Ireland. Momo sitting in for Mace. Thanks to Luke Robitaille, the Luke Robitaille Show. Kings are hot. Kings are going to be a playoff team. That
Go,
means
Kings, go.
We're going to have two
Go,
playoff
Kings,
teams at Crypto.com.
They're playing the Jets. The Jets tonight.
Where is Winnipeg?
Winnipeg is in Manitoba.
Which is what part
That
of
doesn't
Canada?
help me.
If I'm looking at a map,
Middle East.
Like above, like
Yeah.
Detroit?
I mean, Momo, it's going to be the 51st state. Sorry, I didn't.
Yeah, well, no, there's going to be.
Easy.
You know, Canada has a lot of different provinces.
Well,
They got
we were
provinces.
talking about.
I didn't know that, actually.
Yeah.
We were talking about Gretzky. Apparently, Gretzky is in trouble. You know, he's been
Oh, yeah.
a god in Canada, but
Oh,
he's in
yeah.
trouble because he has supported Trump in the past.
really? Oh, yeah.
And Trump is trying to.
You can't go back to Canada now.
Yeah. So Gretzky's in deep grease. He's got to lay low for a while.
Oh, yeah.
That's so good, by the way.
Okay,
or
so
maybe it's good. Either way, it's fine. Whatever you want to
Look,
do.
I'm really deeply embedded in Canadian culture right now. 'Cause I'm
Are you
watching
really?
Top Chef Canada. And it's
what channel is Top Chef Canada?
Bravo.
on?
It's
Oh.
in Bravo.
I thought it was
know,
like Bravo Canada.
My goal in life, more than anything, is to be in a Hallmark movie, and all those people are
Me
from
too.
Canada.
Do you want to
Do you
be
know that, Laura? They're all from
Yes.
Canada.
Canadians
They're
are
like
really
a little
nice.
Canadian acting troupe.
Do you want to be in a Hallmark movie with Jetta Kramer, or?
Of course.
Oh yeah, me too.
I mean, someone's got to.
Yeah.
But her husband won't let her do any sex scenes.
Well, you could just. I mean, even just cuddling with her might be nice.
I don't even think that's allowed.
Oh, that's not allowed.
Yeah, I think this guy is like pen up.
Well,
He's not
he's
having
a
it.
soccer player, I believe.
Oh, is it? I
think
know
so.
she was married to a football player before, and he was like
No.
a serial cheater.
Yeah, now she chose a soccer player. So
Okay, there you go.
listen, these happen.
Now,
These things happen.
The Dodgers, have you guys paid attention to the fact that the Dodgers are pretty much the team in MLB right now? They just released the jersey sale numbers for the first month.
Yeah.
The Dodgers have 3 of the 4 top players and 6 of the top 20.
Wow.
Did you look at the list?
Oh, no, I didn't, but I can get. Can I guess?
Yeah.
Otani,
Number 1.
Betts,
Number 4.
Freeman.
Number 2.
Number 2. Wow.
Yeah.
After that,
So there are
pitching wise,
there are 3 more in the top 20.
probably Yamamoto,
Number 10.
Sasaki, because he's new.
No.
Kike Hernandez.
Kike.
That's the one I thought
He's
you
very
wouldn't
popular.
get.
Yeah.
Kike 16.
Yeah, I believe that. Look, my friends and I, like, we found
So
some.
you're only missing 1.
Okay, let's see.
I'm actually surprised at this one.
Muncy?
No. Strike 1. He's number 11, the guy you're looking for. Just outside of the
Kershaw.
top.
Blake Snell.
Boom.
Oh,
Laura.
Kershaw. Yeah, that makes
Clayton
sense.
Kershaw.
Yeah.
Yeah. But,
that's good.
Okay, so look at tonight. Tonight, for example, is a game they clearly should lose. Chris Sale, Cy Young Award winner, is pitching. Dustin May, who hasn't started a game in 2 years, almost
good
died
spring,
when he
though.
got a piece of lettuce stuck in his throat.
have
And
lettuce.
you thought, Chris, you thought you
Was
were
it
having
lettuce?
it tough. Guy can't even eat a salad.
I have to eat a lot of salads.
Yeah.
now.
Yeah. So Dustin May pitching against Chris Sale. You would think this is finally the game that the Dodgers would lose. I think they'll probably win 6-0.
Yeah.
No, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
And
they haven't even brought out the torpedo
I
bats
know.
yet. Just wait for that.
Those are going to be outlawed, right?
No, Muncie's going to have one in a couple days,
And
apparently.
Kike will have one
Yeah.
too.
Oh, my God. Kike is going to go yard with that every time.
Okay, so I mentioned that the Dodgers had number 1, Otani, number 2, Freeman, and number 4, Mookie.
That's
Who's
interesting
who's number 3?
In all of baseball?
All of baseball.
Judge. Aaron
He's
Judge.
5.
Oh.
Juan Soto.
Boom.
Juan Soto.
New
New
team.
New
I was
team.
just going to say,
Yeah.
new team.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lindor, 6.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Bryce Harper, 7. Jose Altuve, 8. That surprises me a little.
I was
Me
so
too.
annoyed that he was on the top 10, by the
And
way.
Ronald Acuna, number 9. And
That's
Yamamoto,
actually-
10.
That's actually really good for Acuna, considering how he's missed most of the last 2 years with injuries.
Right, but an unbelievable player. and it just seems like everything is coming up for the Dodgers. But the Padres are undefeated too, right? They haven't lost. So
I should know more about that, but I don't because I just watch the Dodgers.
See, this is part of the problem.
Yeah.
We had the sign that said 1 million followers.
Yeah.
And then Parker Bell came in here and took
You're
it.
upset about it.
I'm upset because I've been watching you for the last hour. You keep looking at the TV in the lobby to see what's on ESPN. And
No,
this is why
she's
I didn't
looking
want
at you.
No. I see where your eyes are going. And this is why I didn't want the sign removed.
Wow, he's a madman.
I mean, I do see what's on behind you. I'm not interested in it. It's like
you keep looking at it, though.
It's ESPN. What stood out from Ryan Pohl's interview with the Bears? I'm not interested in that.
The Bears.
But if we had the sign, you wouldn't even be able
But I'm
to
not
see
really even watching it. I'm looking.
Well, you know,
at
it's very easy to bring the sign back.
Yeah.
You know,
I would
Caleb
think.
was at the Laker game last night.
I did. I heard about that, yeah.
Yep. He was sitting in the front row. You know, we're talking about NIL money. I heard he got $5 million to play quarterback at USC for 2 years.
I think that's a pretty good deal.
I mean, basically, it's NFL money.
Yeah, but I mean, he was worth it.
College sports is
Won
now
a Heisman?
Yeah, college sports is now professional sports.
Yeah.
It's just everybody's being paid. All right, coming up next, What's Up, Fool? We'll get Brian Cohen in here. We'll get Laura in here. They're going to throw a bunch of stuff at us. Morales has lit. Momo's in for Mace. Mason in Ireland. Has Momo lied yet?
I don't
In
know.
less than an hour, lie of the day. ESPN LA.
Travis Rogers and DeMarco Farr.
Tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. after Greenie.
How do you like micheladas? How?
Do you not like tomato juice?
No.
Well, then you wouldn't like micheladas.
I know. How do you guys like those?
Because they're wonderful.
Because they like tomato juice.
Do you like those? Do you like?
I don't because I don't like tomato
Yeah.
juice.
Do you not like Bloody Marys?
Not at all.
Yeah.
Not at all.
I made micheladas this weekend.
Yeah.
Marco.
Yeah. Good.
So good.
Okay.
So good.
Tomato juice.
I like to
Happy
line
for
up
you.
all of my
Me
things.
too. Yeah.
All of the little stuff that goes in. You know what goes a long way? Just a little bit.
What?
A little bit. Clam juice.
I'm out twice.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
it sounds. I'm on
I'm
your
out 2
side.
times on that.
This sounds
Little
disgusting.
horseradish, clam juice, Worcestershire, some muddled jalapeno, little Old Bay, and then
What
an
about
ice
something that
cold
tastes
michelada.
nice and easy to
There
go
was
down
only
like a
one
mimosa?
yes.
Those are
Thank
good too.
you.
I like a
So
mimosa
good.
too.
Weekday mornings at 9 a.m.
It's Travis and DeMarco.
on 710 ESPN.
Vivid Seats is your ultimate destination for basketball and hockey this season. With a game-changing rewards program and an unbeatable selection of tickets, they make it easy for every fan to watch their favorite teams and players in action. Catch every one-timer and buzzer-beating 3 live and in person from your favorite seat. Plus, every ticket is backed by a 100% buyer guarantee, giving you peace of mind with every purchase. Don't miss out. Visit vividseats.com or download the app today. Vivid Seats, the official ticketing partner of ESPN.
This is a story of the one. As a maintenance specialist for university housing, he knows college students can major in wear and tear. Plus, housing so many students doesn't leave a lot of room to house all the supplies he needs. That's where Grainger comes in. With over 1 million industrial-grade products and fast, dependable delivery, Grainger carries the quality products he needs so he doesn't have to. From a new door hinge to a whole new faucet. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Hey guys, it's Cap. Here's the scenario. Your home is flooded and the damage is severe. Now it feels like your insurance company is turning on you. They won't approve a replacement living arrangement and the adjuster leaves you in the lurch. Take a breath and call Avner Gatt, one of Southern California's largest public adjuster firms. Avner Gatt knows how to fight back when your insurance company makes you feel like a criminal, leaving you with no hope of getting into your home and getting it all back together. With decades of experience and a passion for helping people, Avner and his family take the call themselves. So whether you have a toilet overflow, a broken water line, a burst supply line, a broken fire sprinkler, whatever the water damage is, you call Avner Gatt today at 818-917-5256 or you go to avnergatt.com. It's 818-917-5256 or avnergatt.com. You call, Avner answers, he says hello. Your claim is our game. avnergatt.com.
Evan Cohen here. Picking a place to build a life is a lot like selecting a draft pick. Make a decision that will set you up for long-term success. Pick Wisconsin. In Wisconsin, you'll find dynamic career opportunities, beautiful seasons, affordable living, and legendary weekends. From its high quality of life and great schools to its fine arts, culinary, and pro sports scenes, Wisconsin gives you so much to look forward to. That's why you should pick Wisconsin. Learn more about making Wisconsin your home. Visit pickwisconsin.com.
Harry Douglas here, and we all know breakfast is an important part of the day. But sometimes when you travel for business, you end up staying at a hotel that doesn't offer any. And you know what happens? You grab a cup of coffee and skip the meal entirely. We've all been there, folks. But if you book a room at La Quinta by Wyndham, you can enjoy their free Bright Side breakfast, featuring delicious baked goods, fruit, eggs, yogurt, and waffles. And really, who doesn't want to start their day with fresh, hot, tasty waffles? Tonight, La Quinta, tomorrow you shine. Book direct at lq.com.
Was this letter I read?
So apparently, I do like. I don't like pina coladas anymore. I never did.
Mom, I'll give you $10 if you tell me who sings this song.
I know the guy who has the restaurant in Vegas, Jimmy Buffett.
No.
No?
No. Jimmy Buffett
She was
sings.
so sure, too. Look at her face.
He sings Margaritaville. This isn't.
Oh, yeah.
This
Well,
is
pina
Escape.
colada, Margaritaville.
This is Escape.
Oh, I wouldn't have known that.
Escape, parentheses, the pina colada song.
Yeah.
Are you
Does
sure?
the name Rupert Holmes ring a bell?
0.
Okay. My $10 was never in jeopardy there, Chris.
No, it wasn't.
Are you
You'll
sure
notice
it's
I
not Jimmy
never,
Buffett?
ever
You were
offered
so
that
confident,
deal
too.
of Morales.
I really thought I was
Morales
right.
knows more useless music knowledge than anyone I know. I thought I was good until I ran into Chris.
At least you didn't get to get slimy with the shrimp.
I mean, I
like
almost
Trudell.
said. I mean, there's a lot of.
I hate when you get slimy
I
with
thought
shrimp.
it might have been a.
So does Trudell.
Why'd you got to make a shrimp Trudell joke?
No, but you didn't hear?
No, yes, I heard.
All right, so we're in the shrimp place last week, and Michael Trudell
Okay,
hates
where is this?
seafood. Hates it.
Hates seafood?
He hates it.
He's from Minnesota. They
I
eat
know.
fish there.
Has never- So we're in
They eat walleye
We're in
there.
Indianapolis, and we're in this fancy steakhouse. And,
I know
and
which one it is, yeah.
Michael says, "Do you still have that spicy shrimp cocktail?"
That's
and
the
they
thing
go,
you
"Yeah."
get there. Yeah.
And he says, "Trudell will give you $500 if you eat those 6 shrimp right now." And Trudell did it.
But
He was
they're
in-
cooked.
He was in immense pain, but he pulled it off for
I mean,
$500.
It's not that gross. Well, spicy's kind of
Yeah,
gross. Yeah.
horseradish sauce all over.
Cool.
it.
Trudell
Okay,
taught me the word egalitarian yesterday in reference to Memphis's offense.
Yes, that's.
That's, an
You know,
overuse of egalitarian.
I agree.
Yeah, right
I
there.
agree. It is an overuse. Like
There's
you
a
didn't
laugh.
need to. You didn't need to use
That's
egalitarian.
that's
to
showing
talk.
off his Northwestern
Listen,
degree right
if
there.
If you were on the website today, you'd see that I have a deep dive on why Memphis fired Taylor Jenkins and all about
Do you
that.
really?
Oh, I
offense.
want to
Yeah,
ask you
yeah.
about that.
Yeah.
All right, before we do, let's get to What's Up, Fool. Who's going first?
I'll go
What's
first.
Up,
Why?
Fool is brought to you by Dos Hombres Mezcal. It's fate. It's friendship. It's mezcal. Dos Hombres.
I said, is that why you keep looking at the TV? Because you're looking for a reference to your
I'm
story.
just looking at you.
All right, stop talking. Laura, what do you
Do you
got?
want me to not? You want me to look at LeBron in the
No, I
corner?
want you to
over
look at me,
there?
not the TV.
But you're right there. It's the same.
Laura, if you ask a question, I'll answer it.
Take it
while
away.
you're
Right eye.
talking.
Take it away. I'll close my right eye.
Yeah.
All right. I lost my train of thought completely. Anyways, in 1963, ABC premiered General Hospital on this day. I've never seen it, guys. It's still, I think it's still running, but I've never seen it.
That
Were
was
you guys at
3
General
months
Hospital?
before I was born. I was born in 1963.
Wow.
What General Hospital had Luke and Laura on it, right?
That sounds like something, but I wouldn't know if it was that one or the other one.
I dated a girl years ago that was super into it. Like she would watch.
Yeah.
I can't remember if it was
What's
General
the other-
Hospital or All My Children.
All My
she was
Children,
in one of
yeah.
those two. Which one is Susan Lucci on? She's on All My Children, right?
I
Was there a
don't know.
question, Laura? Or are we just bringing that up?
No, I wanted to know if you guys were into like soap operas.
When I used to have a crush on Robin Wright, and what red-blooded American man does not?
Yeah,
She was on a soap called Santa Barbara.
Oh.
And I watched specifically just to watch. I don't even know if I had the sound on. I just wanted to see Robin Wright.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
that was
I understand this.
That was
yeah.
the extent of my soap opera worship.
So the most I've ever watched soap operas is when I would watch The Price is Right as a kid in the morning. I used to be very bored during the days, like summer break, whatever, would be stuck at home. And I would watch like the morning TV. It was always like, and then as soon as Price is Right was over, it was like some soap opera.
You know who once won a car on The Price is Right?
You?
No.
Who? Oh.
Chris McGee.
Wow.
You can Google it.
Super
Geeter won a
random.
car on The Price
Cool.
is Right. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
on,
so
it's
I
on
used to
YouTube.
I used to watch Bob Barker and all that, and then that would be over, and then the soap opera would come on, and it was like, oh man, now I got to figure out what
Chris
I'm going to do
McGee,
today.
like last year, like came on the show, used to hang out with text us.
Yeah.
Now I haven't heard from him in Like a year. I think Cappy pissed him off about something.
Oh, I texted with him in Chicago the other day. There's some friend that's sitting in front of me.
Did he tell you Cappy pissed him off?
I
can find out.
Yeah.
You want me to text
I'll
him?
ask him. He's like the greatest guy of all time.
He
I
is.
can't imagine.
He was like my
Cappy pissing
bestie
him
for a
off.
second, and then all of a sudden.
Brian, what do you got?
All right, so Coastal Carolina University dropped a pretty cool promo video yesterday that a lot of people today are saying it's a April Fool's joke.
It's not.
Yeah, they're saying what they're going to be doing is giving away free food to every fan, every home game this season at their football game. Hot dog, nachos, popcorn, soda, water. Pretty cool thing here.
Yeah.
Do you think this will work in a day where, all these colleges are putting out money for NIL. Now they're going for free food here.
I think
what
it's
are your thoughts on this?
Yeah, it's a novel idea. I had this down too, Brian, to bring up today, so I'm glad you brought it up. The question is, Momo.
Yeah, I'm hearing it.
Do you, if you're a student, a fan of Coastal Carolina, does free food make you buy a ticket and go to the game? I don't know if it will, but
once or twice.
But I think what it's going to start, Brian, is a trend. I think other schools are going to, because here's the payoff. In order to get the free food, you have to sign up for their app. So what they really want is your info,
your data,
and you can go get up to 4 items per visit to the concession.
It's pretty good.
I can go get a hot dog, a beer, a
pizza,
bag of chips, pizza, and then I can go back and do it again. But every time I do it, I got to use the app. But it's free.
Also,
do you think it catches on?
That's a really good idea because nowadays it's so we built a beautiful Stanford Stadium, right?
Another Stanford
It's
mention,
beautiful.
huh?
Another one, yeah. And people don't go because our team's not very good,
Right.
And it's also there's a lot of other things.
We
to
just
do,
hired
and
Frank Reich for 1 year.
That was exciting.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, he's an NFL coach. It's Andrew Luck. Let's go.
Andrew Luck was a long time ago.
I bet he can still play.
I know, but that was still a long time ago when he was on the field. Tiger Woods was a long time ago.
Don't talk about Andrew Luck that way. That's my dude.
Well,
I'm sorry.
Andrew Luck played for Frank Wright in Indiana,
Yeah.
so he knows him.
And Frank's available, so that was important because there's not many people available right now.
No, I understand.
Okay, so our old coach got fired. Investigations and something happened there. I don't know. Something happened. So
You know what happened? He lost a lot.
Yeah, there was some kind of scandal there. There was some investigation into something ESPN wrote about. Anyway,
at Stanford.
Wow,
Wow.
it's Stanford.
It's rare.
No, that's why he's out of there. I think nobody goes because they're not very good, and there's a lot to do on the weekends, and we have these weird matchups now in the conference now. Where it's like,
Right.
hey, show up for the Virginia Tech game.
Right.
I actually think, Brian, that free food thing might
Yeah.
work. I'm anxious to see if they're in. They averaged 19,000 fans a game last year. I'm
Yeah.
anxious to see if it
Be
increases.
a little bump
at
for a
all.
few games, but it also speaks to the quality of food they're serving.
Not necessarily.
You
Or
just
the
give it
quality
away.
of the team.
Yeah.
Both. Yeah.
The Orioles are doing free soda now.
God bless them.
They should. I mean, soda cost you literally nothing.
But people charge like $4
Yeah,
for
I know,
a
that's
soda.
pure profit.
Exactly.
Most minor leagues used to do 10-cent beer night.
Yeah.
And it always end badly.
Lots of fights.
Yeah.
And barfing. Yeah.
It would get me into the stadium. I will say that.
Okay.
Yeah, it would.
There you go.
There you go.
I got a follow-up from yesterday. Talked about the NFL and the rule changes, the tush-push.
Yeah.
They're pushing that one back. I guess they'll re-vote on
They're
it in
pushing
May.
the tush push. Okay.
They shouldn't get rid of it.
They did vote to change the overtime rules, so each team will possess the ball.
I like that.
And it's going to be shorter, a 10-minute period instead of 15. So
Okay.
you still could end in a tie
So we're
in
gonna have
regular
some
season.
ties, yeah.
But this one I didn't know they were voting on was the celebration. Apparently the NFL voted today to ban gang celebrations. Last year they did the whole gun with the people with the hands and all this stuff. But they had a stat that said the violent gestures and sexual taunting were up 133% last year.
Wow.
from
I didn't notice
celebration.
that.
That
Did
was
you?
my question. Did you? I'd never noticed.
And I watch a lot of Red Zone.
Right. Well, you see every touchdown. You
Right.
see all the celebrations. This never really crossed my mind. I don't know.
I didn't notice an abundance of that last year. Did you?
No, and literally I watch Red Zone, so I'm watching all the touchdowns.
Right.
But I don't. But we also weren't looking for it.
Well, the gang signs are probably not for you.
Yeah, it's just over my head here.
Yeah, I wouldn't know if the guy was
You
doing
can do it right now.
Gang sign right in front of me. I
I'm
wouldn't
afraid
know
to
what
look
it
at
is.
you right now.
There you go.
Why are you saying I would do a gang sign?
No, because you're going to accuse me of looking at the TV.
Oh, okay.
What's up, Foo? God, so much infighting over there.
I
All
know.
right, guys. So
It's feisty.
I saw something really cool on social media that Yankee fans got to do for opening day. They got to ride a 1917 vintage train to Yankee Stadium.
I thought that was really cool, just kind of throwing them back. And if you guys had a chance to do something like, whether it be ride a train or go to a specific restaurant that's no longer open from a vintage or an older time, where would you guys go, or what would you guys do?
Well, first of all, this is my comment about old things. Whenever you go to like an old theater or an old train or whatever, the one thing that jumps out at me is how much smaller people were.
Yes.
Like when you go do like a Broadway show,
Guess
you
what?
go to
When you
those
go to
old theaters,
Disneyland,
yes.
you realize how much smaller people
Like
are.
we are all like giants compared to what they must have been 100 years ago. Like when you go to Broadway when you go to Broadway shows, like John, it is like those seats are tiny.
Yeah, Stacey King is one of the Bulls
Yeah.
announcers, and is huge. I don't know how he fits at the scorer's table, but it's a real problem.
Yeah.
Yeah. One thing, Laura, you're talking about an older thing that you would like to do. When I was a kid, we basically got on our big wheels and ghost rode them down the hill. I mean, just strapped in and went straight down the hill.
John!
No helmet. A lot of times,
How are you
no
still
shoes.
here with us?
I'm just saying, kids now don't do any of that stuff.
No.
Everything you get.
I did that. I used to take my bike and we had a
helmets
big
and
hill
pads,
yeah.
and you know what? I mean, come on.
Do you know that I sold chocolate in our neighborhood when I was like
dark chocolate or milk chocolate?
No, the world's best chocolate. It was the fundraiser.
Oh, now they're
okay?
tiny, man. They used to be big bars.
Yeah.
Now
Oh,
they're
yeah.
like teeny little bars.
So I used to sell them. I would go by myself around our neighborhood. I think I was like 7. And I would go for hours. No cell phone, no nothing. My mom was just like, yeah, come back when you're done, honey.
It was simpler times.
Like 7 years old.
Yeah, and your
By
parents would be
myself.
outside playing all day.
Yeah.
Come on. Then those days are few and far between now. Kids aren't allowed to do anything.
We did, like, when I covered for DeMarco
Yeah.
and Travis and DeMarco's show, we did like a snake draft of like things
It's a
you would-
snake draft.
we wanted to do as a kid. And I'm like, I remember when we used to drink out of the water hose.
Yeah.
Oh, I
you
did
know
that.
what I mean?
I
Like,
still
where we did
do
the-
that. What you talking about?
You drink out of the hose?
Yeah, all the
girl.
time, man.
Really?
When's the last time
No,
you drank out of a
Momo.
hose?
Last summer.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah, like that's
Why?
the game you play with. When you have little kids, you just shoot the hose up in the, run under the hose, and that's the
You
thing.
know where that
Like,
water's been?
The hose?
Yeah.
I mean, it's just
It's all
water.
recycled, but ugh.
Oh.
Go get a tetanus shot.
What's up, fool? Okay.
All right, you got
So
one
that-
more.
I got
Brian?
one more here
The
for you.
hoses in Manhattan Beach are okay, but I don't know about Valley
I mean, it's
hoses.
my hose in the backyard.
Well, you know,
Yeah, I don't know what kind
I
of
bought
hose you
the
got.
hose.
if it's your own hose, then maybe that's okay.
What's up, fool?
Go ahead, Brian.
All right, so there's a couple of different docu-series coming out here for football. We'll see which one you would be more inclined
Right.
to watching.
Okay.
So Netflix announced that another season of Quarterbacks is going
Yeah,
to
I
be
like
coming
that.
out. Jared Goff,
Oh.
Joe Burrow, Kirk Cousins again is
Ah.
going to be on
Kirk
it.
Cousins again?
As a backup this time, too, which is a
Yeah.
little
I
interesting.
think they're
yeah.
banking on Kirk Cousins
Yeah,
getting
I get
traded.
Okay,
but-
and then the ESPN is also developing a Kansas City Chiefs docu-series
I think
from
that's already
last
out.
series.
They're
from
not
last season.
developing. I think that's coming.
It's already
Yeah.
coming.
Were they
It's
not
coming out.
expecting the Super Bowl loss on that one?
I don't think so. I was going
No, but
for
they
the,
followed him the whole
the
time, so-
Right, the three-peat.
They were looking for the
What would
three-peat.
you be more inclined to watch? This team, documentary on the Chiefs and their chance at the three-peat, or a different variation of different skilled quarterbacks around the league?
Do either one of those documentaries have a lot of stuff blowing up? Or girls in bikinis? Because those are the only
No,
things I
neither.
watch. Basically, if it's
Hallmark
not
movies.
yeah,
okay.
if it's not Fast and the Furious, I'm out.
I mean,
But-
I'm going to watch the Chiefs one because I'm interested in them, and they had a really interesting season. I thought. I don't care that they lost Super Bowl, whatever, but they had a good dynamic in that season. I'll watch them. Quarterback, I don't know. It feels like
I like the first one.
yeah, it was good. I'll probably watch that. But there's a lot of these now. There's the Red Sox thing. There's the Red
Oh,
Sox.
The
yeah,
Dodger
it came out.
Yankee thing on Apple is good. Have you watched it yet?
The what?
The 3-episode thing, Race for Glory, about the World Series last year.
Oh no, I haven't seen it.
3 episodes produced
Okay.
by Freddie Freeman's wife and Mookie Betts' wife. They're both
Okay.
in it a lot.
Okay.
By the way, 2 extremely likable people.
Yeah.
Mookie's wife and Freddie's wife.
Cool,
They're
I'll
both
watch that.
great. I got to tell you that when the stuff about Max, Freddie's son, when he went in the hospital and Freddie left
Yeah.
the team, then he comes back and hits and wins World Series MVP.
Yeah.
I teared up.
Yeah.
Of course, I tear up at cartoons, but still, I thought it was really good.
I feel like Freddie is going to be the Kirk Gibson for this generation of Dodger fans because of that last year.
if he quits falling in the shower, apparently.
Well,
By
at
the way,
least-
if you hurt
Do you
yourself
believe that?
if you hurt yourself in the shower, any of you guys,
Yeah.
would you admit it or make something up?
No, I'd admit it, and I have. I've hurt myself. Like literally things like that when you take things like that for granted when you're healthy. But I think the reason he fell is he has a bad ankle right now. And something probably happened. And some showers are slippery. But the thing about when you get hurt in the showers, it's really embarrassing. You got to get some. You don't have your phone with you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you just got to yell really
My
loud.
phone's right outside the shower.
Yeah,
because I listen to music.
But when you get upset, like when you get hurt, like it's kind of hard to reach it and get to it. And you're in a compromising
Life alert.
position. You just got to yell really loud. And somebody's got to come in and get you while you're down on the ground. And
Wait,
you're
whoa,
not
whoa,
close. I mean, it's not.
I mean,
It's not
Momo,
pleasant.
I fell in the shower. Like,
Yeah.
I've talked
Slippery.
about it. Like when I was over 500 pounds, I fell
Yeah.
in the shower. That was tough, y'all. That
Yeah.
was really tough. And having to call my mom and like needing
Yeah.
help. It's very embarrassing.
You
But-
fell and
Yeah.
got hurt?
Yeah.
Like you couldn't get up?
Yes. Well, I mean,
Okay.
I was also 500 pounds, Joe.
All right.
There's that. But my thing is, I always have my phone like by the shower, and
Where
all
you
you
can
have
reach
to do,
it?
where you can reach it, or you can say,
call-
"Hey
hey-
Siri, call XYZ." You know what I mean? Like, or there's other things like Life Alert or whatever. But like, no, seriously, like, your phone should always be around you.
I mean, it's around, but when you fall, it's not
hey,
like
Siri,
reachable.
Yeah,
Siri, that's good. That's a good
Just
call.
saying.
Yeah.
All right, coming up next. Thanks, guys. Coming up next, Ramona, LeBron's podcast is back. He
Yeah.
has a new podcast partner. JJ Redick has been replaced by someone we know, and something came up on that podcast that I've been trying to figure out. We traded for Luka on February 1st.
Yeah.
How in the world Dallas came to the conclusion to trade this guy? He is 26 years old, and he's going to the Hall of Fame. I think it's the equivalent of the Red Sox trading Mookie Betts to the Dodgers. But LeBron was asked about that, and he gave a really interesting answer. We'll play it for you next. 2:15, Mario Ruiz is going to pop in here. You get a chance to go see Lionel Messi tomorrow night in Inter Miami playing.
And he's playing, right?
Well, Mario will know the latest
Okay.
on that. I think he's playing. And then at 2:30, what did Ramona lie about? Or maybe she hasn't lied yet.
Pressure's on.
Lie of the day coming up at 2:30. Mason in Ireland. Morales is here all day with Lit. Momo's in for Mace, ESPN LA.
The stage is set at BMO Stadium for one of the biggest soccer matches of the year.
BMO Stadium is rocking for the black and gold.
Los Angeles Football Club versus Inter Miami tomorrow in the heart of Los Angeles.
Oh, what a double stay by Hugo Ruiz.
It's a star-studded night in the CONCACAF Champions Cup quarterfinals from downtown LA. LAFC face off with Inter Miami. Pregame starts tomorrow at 8 p.m. on 710 ESPN and the ESPN LA app.
Next Gen is the official AC heating, plumbing, and electrical company of SoCal sports fans. That's right. Is your heating and AC system ready to power through the season? From quick tune-ups to full replacements, Next Gen has you covered. For a limited time, ESPN LA listeners can get a heating and AC tune-up for just $88. That's right. Stay in the game all season with an $88 heating and AC tune-up from Next Gen. Call 833-3NEXTGEN today.
NEXGEN, call 833-3NEXTGEN.
The LPGA Tour returns to Los Angeles for the JM Eagle LA Championship, presented by Plastpro, April 17th through the 20th at El Caballero Country Club. Come watch 144 of the world's best female golfers, including standout LPGA superstar Nelly Korda and back-to-back champion Hannah Green. Tickets start at just $25. First responders, military, kids under 18, and those affected by the Eaton and Palisades fires get in free. Get your tickets today at jmeaglelachampionship.com.
Hey, it's Cap. Thinking about selling your home? Seller's Advantage makes it easy. No agents, no commissions, no open houses, and no costly repairs. With Seller's Advantage, we'll make you a fair, competitive cash offer with no surprises. Check out what one of the sellers had to say. Seller's Advantage was a lot easier, faster, and more rewarding than listing my house. I worried about getting a low offer, but theirs matched the value I was hoping for and much higher than their competitors. They gave me time to decide, and the process was friendly, fast, and anxiety-free. I highly recommend Seller's Advantage. Call Seller's Advantage today. 888-390-AS-IS, 888-390-AS-IS, 888-390-2747, or visit sellersadvantage.com for your free No obligation, cash offer. That's sellersadvantage.com.
DRE number 01961658.
Don't worry, sell happy with Seller's Advantage.
710 ESPN, your home for the 17-time world champion Lakers.
KSPN Los Angeles, a good karma brands radio station.
2 minutes after 2 o'clock on a live imaging Tuesday. Do it. Oh, there you go. Yacht Rock on a live imaging Tuesday on Mason and Ireland. Momo sitting in for Mace, who's in New York. You could tell on his Instagram by his selfies everywhere all over the city.
He's having fun.
Toto heavily featured in the Yacht Rock
Yes,
documentary.
definitely.
Hey, you know what we should do?
What?
We should take a selfie, and I'll post it on my Instagram, and we'll make some kind of dig at Mace.
No, I don't want to. I feel
Chris
bad.
is like, no.
I feel bad for him that he has to live this selfie life.
No, I can say,
always
like-
thought, here's the thing, John. I always thought it was him that didn't want to put Juan on camera.
No,
I didn't
I-
realize it was the other way around.
I think it's a little both.
You think it's
Yeah.
both?
I don't think
there's
one wants to be on camera.
Right. That's
But
why.
don't you want to be able to share the joy?
But
No.
then people will know
Like, I have-
what Lon looks
I don't
like.
even have Instagram. It is of little or no interest to me.
I understand, but if you did and you were posting pictures, wouldn't you want Lisa, your lovely wife, to be in some of
Well,
them?
she has Instagram.
Okay. Are
Yeah.
you in some of her pictures?
No.
Oh,
I
well,
forbid her for putting me in anything.
See, that's my thing. Like,
a whole other
is
thing.
it a big deal if you're not on your significant others? Because I post my significant other on mine. Not,
Okay.
You know, he doesn't really use Instagram
Okay,
like
that
that.
doesn't
But
count.
I know, but there's
Brian
people,
has pictures of his significant
but
other.
like people go and
That's
be
right.
like, oh, you know, he doesn't post you, but you post him, and they try to build this narrative. I'm like, dude, I don't care because my relationship's not on social media. Like,
Yeah, but
I
we know
think
how
people-
Mace is. And when I irritate him about this, why Juan is not pictured, this will be a good bit.
Oh, you want it for the bit? I thought you were
do.
being serious.
Yeah,
All
I
right.
was kind of.
Let's talk about the Lakers for a second.
Yeah.
They played last night. They beat a good Houston team. They got a couple of nights off. They play Thursday against Golden State and Friday against New Orleans. Right now, they're in fourth place in the West, one game out of third. And I marvel, Ramona, we traded for Luka on February 1st. And I was trying to figure out, still am on a lot of nights, how in the world did we get this guy? Like, what in the world was Nico Harrison and the Mavericks thinking? And it reminds me a lot of when I woke up one day and Mookie Betts was getting traded to the Dodgers.
I didn't realize how good Mookie was.
He
though.
was 28 years old. He had already won an MVP. He had won 4 Gold Gloves. He was the best player on the Red Sox. He had just come off a World Series with them. And Boston just said, we don't want to pay him.
Yeah.
And traded him to the Dodgers. And that's a lot like what Dallas did. Luka had just taken him to the NBA Finals. He's the main reason they got there. And this whole time, I've been figuring out how to characterize how I'm feeling, that the Lakers are extremely lucky to get him, but even stranger is that Dallas cut bait on him. And so LeBron does that Mind the Game podcast. He used to do it with J.J. Redick. He has now hired Steve Nash to do it with him. And Nash and LeBron have their first pod out. And one of Nash's first questions to LeBron was, what did you, when you were told you were going to get to play with Luka, what were you most excited about? And LeBron gives the answer as to why, if it were me, I would never trade a guy like Luka. And here's why.
Because he plays the game how I've always wanted to inspire the generation to play the game. And it's nothing predetermined. It's if you have 2 guys on you, there's a numbers game.
Right.
If you have the advantage, and if it's a guy that that can't guard you, or you're able to beat him, and then the guy traps the box, or another guy thinks I'm able to make the passes and make the reads before they happen.
Right.
I've always loved the players that breathe so much confidence into his teammates that make them believe that they're actually better than they really are.
Yes.
That's it. He makes other people better. When's the last time you saw Dorian Finney-Smith or Gabe Vincent make 6 threes? They both did last night. I think
Gabe Vincent was pretty good in Miami too, though.
Shaq and Kobe used to do that for Fisher, Ori, Fox, Sasha, that whole group. Those guys appeared better than they really were because of playing with them. And that's it with Luka. Because he commands a double team and he's such a good passer, all of a sudden, the other day, Dorian Finney-Smith told me, I've never been this open.
Yeah.
Rui Hachimura said the same thing.
Yeah.
I've never had this many open
Right.
shots. That's all LeBron and Luka. They're creating based off of their talent, and it makes the other people better.
The best way to think about those two guys is think of them like they're planets. Okay, and each planet has its gravitational field, right? We got the moon that's in our gravitational field. Usually on one team, there's maybe one planet, and everybody else revolves around that planet, one star. The Lakers have two of them, so all the gravity
And
is
really
around
two
those
and a half if
two
you
and a half.
consider Reeves.
Yeah. So like he's a moon, okay, and they're the two planets. There's all the gravity is on those three guys, and which means everybody else is wide open.
I was trying
out in space.
I was trying to come up with a
metaphor.
good comp for Austin Reeves.
Yeah.
Like that we've seen in the past would he in 2025 be like? Like, for example, at this stage of their careers.
You want to, Austin, I have a great comp for him. Go ahead.
Is he better than JJ was as a player?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Here's the comp.
He's much more dynamic.
Yeah. Here's the comp I finally ended up on.
Okay.
And tell me if you think this fits. I think he's Byron Scott. I think he's a good shooter. He'll make a couple of all-star teams. Byron Scott was the leading scorer for the Showtime Lakers on two of those teams that had Magic Worthy and Kareem. Yeah,
I didn't
including
realize
the
that.
88 team. Yeah. They all averaged around 20 a game, and Byron, by percentage points,
Did
was
Byron
ahead.
create shots, though? Did he create?
Yeah, he had great leaping ability.
Right.
And he could create off the dribble, but his main thing was when
He's a
Magic
shooter.
and Kareem got double-teamed, he would bury you with his three-point
See,
shot.
I feel like Austin's
That's
more of a
Austin.
creator. Like he has the ball in his hand a lot.
All right, so more like Trae Young?
I'm going to go Manu Ginobili. I think he's got that slithery kind of quality to him.
I actually think Austin's a better shooter than Manu, though
Yeah.
Manu was a good shooter.
But Manu has that, he was always the sixth man.
Yeah.
And they put him in that role because he would organize the second unit. He play fast. He was a little out of control, whatever. But he had that. I want to just call it a slither ability. Okay, like that's kind of how he moves. That's the way I feel like Austin moves. And Manu could handle the ball. He could create off the dribble. Manu Ginobili's a Hall of Famer. I'm not saying Austin's gonna be a Hall of Famer, but Manu is the kind of guy like he could carry a team. When Duncan or Tony Parker, when one or both those guys are out, Manu could win you a game. And I feel the same way about Austin.
Yeah, I thought Ginobili was one of the best six men I've ever seen.
And they played him as a six man, but clearly he could have started. Austin is the same kind of thing because LeBron is playing off the ball a lot. And it's because Austin has it. It's not because Luka has it all the time. Austin has the ball.
Well, I was most encouraged last night by the fact that they won a game against a good team, the current 2 seed in the West, on a night when Austin, LeBron, and Luka all struggled offensively.
I was most encouraged by the defense.
Right.
Because
They
when
won
they
that
were
game with
good,
their defense, especially LeBron.
When they were good, they were all they all had a trust in each other. That defense is so much about trust and effort. They play. It's kind of this. It's not like a zone. It's like everybody kind of plays in the paint and they decide which shots they're going to give up based off of analytics and what people are good at and what people are not good at. It's not just blanket like we're going to let so-and-so score and not so-and-so. It's like it's really, really detailed. Like we're going to let this guy take a corner three but not at the elbow because he's deadly at the elbow. Like it's much more complicated than people have made it out to be. And when they're all bought in and playing that way, that defense is formidable considering, especially because they trade Anthony Davis and Max Christie.
And somehow improved defensively.
Yeah.
It makes no sense. Yeah, it's crazy. Hey, by the way, let's say I offered each one of you guys, Brian, Laura, Momo, I offered each one of you guys tickets, okay? All right, but you can only take one of these. Okay? I'll give you tickets to the Dodger game tonight.
Okay.
The Laker game Thursday.
Oh, that's a great game.
Lakers Warriors. Or LAFC Miami tomorrow night at BMO. Laura, what are you taking?
Okay.
All the seats are good.
Yeah.
I have to, even though I'm not a big soccer fan, I would take the LAFC Inter Miami just because there's not a lot of those games and they don't come to LA often.
Ding, ding,
I'm doing that
ding,
one.
ding. That was exactly the answer that I would have given. Brian, which one did you take?
I would lean the same way, but personally, I think I'd take the Lakers. I've never seen Steph in person.
Oh,
I feel
wow.
like
Yeah,
that would be
you
one
should.
to- yeah.
So
which
I have.
ones-
I
Let's say I'm giving you tickets for your whole family. So you can take Nevin, you take both of the boys.
Is Messi playing?
Yeah.
Okay, if Messi's playing, I'll go see Messi.
So am I.
Yeah.
Isn't that interesting?
I want to say to the Dodgers.
Like, I can't wait to work this game on Thursday.
Yeah.
The Dodgers are the hottest ticket in town.
Yeah.
They're great. But isn't that interesting that 3 of the 4 of us, and Brian
Yeah.
actually, so it was like 3.5, said we would go see Messi. And it's just because
Yeah.
I've never seen him play in person.
And it's different.
And I want to be able to check that box.
Yeah.
Isn't that weird that one person could have that kind of gravitational pull?
Yeah.
Anyway, we're going to get Mario Ruiz in here, who's our LAFC guy. Messi is, we think, playing tomorrow night at BMO against LAFC. So it appears to me that that is now the hottest ticket in town on a week where the Dodgers and the Lakers are both playing big games.
Yeah.
Which is fascinating.
By the way,
to
but
me.
I do have
LAFC.
another. I have another commitment tomorrow night. Do you want to know what I'm doing?
Sure.
Not tomorrow. Thursday night.
So you're not going to Lakers Warriors.
I'm not. I can't believe I'm not going to this game.
What are you doing instead?
So a long time ago, I did something. I mean, if you would have told Ramona back in high school that one day I will be in the PTA, that I will
Parent
be
Teachers Association.
Wow.
room mom for Jacob's school. Okay?
Okay.
I'm the room mom. I send emails every week.
Okay.
And
Are there any
as-
famous kids in that class? Or is Jacob the most famous kid?
Jacob's the most famous.
Love it.
But we have a big fundraiser on Thursday night. You can come if you want. It's open to the general public. If you want to learn how to make challah, we're doing the challah
Okay.
bake. Okay. And I am the co-chair. So I've been sending emails to everybody going,
Can't miss it if you're the
You
co-chair.
coming to the challah bake?
The challah bake.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Don't
These
think
are
I've ever
things
been to
I
one.
never thought would happen in my life, but it's happening.
All right.
If you wanna come, DM me, I'll send you the
Congratulations.
link.
I do
You
not
can
want to
sign
come. I'm busy.
Do you want to?
I want to go to the LAFC game and see Messi.
Do you want to eat some of the challah that I bake? No.
If you bring it in,
Okay.
I'll try it.
We're doing the challah bake on Thursday night. This is a big thing.
I would love to be at your challah bake.
Yeah,
Hey,
I
you're
bet
going
you
to
would.
skip Laker Warriors to go to the challah bake?
Could we touch the challah together?
We'll take it home and bake it because we don't have time to let the dough rise while you're at the challah bake. But we have a nice dinner. We got drinks. It's it's a fun mom's night
You know
out.
what Chris would say after you bake the challah?
Bam?
Can I
Oh.
see it, please?
Oh, that too, yeah.
Yeah.
And then bam!
Okay.
I didn't think you could have carbs like that.
I think I can.
Yeah, you're allowed to have carbs. Okay.
Yeah.
Anything in moderation,
Okay.
Momo.
Okay.
Hey, if you're looking for a car, you got to check out Toyota. Did you know that every new Toyota, whether you buy a car, a truck, an SUV, comes with Toyota Care? That is a no-cost maintenance plan that covers all normal factory scheduled service for 2 years or 25,000 miles, whichever comes first. And it applies to all Toyota vehicles, cars, trucks, SUVs. Just visit your Southern California Toyota dealer or Toyota.com. Toyota, we make it easy. Toyota, let's go places. Mario will come in here next. We'll talk a little LAFC. Messi's in town. ESPN LA.
And give me that WrestleMania song there, BC. Classic from 1993. Well, WrestleMania is coming up, and we have your chance to win. Monday afternoon at Hollywood Park Casino. Join O'Shea, Scott Kaplan, producer Lindsay, and myself, Pressing the Flesh broadcasting live, and you have your chance to win tickets to go see WrestleMania. If you want to register to let us know you're going to be there in the house party, go to ESPNLA.com right now, and you double your chances to win. ESPNLA.com, and maybe Monday afternoon, you could win that trip to WrestleMania. Mario Ruiz is next on 710.
The stage is set at BMO Stadium for one of the biggest soccer matches of the year.
BMO Stadium is rocking for the black and gold.
Los Angeles Football Club versus Inter Miami tomorrow in the heart of Los Angeles.
Oh, what a double stay by Hugo Ruiz.
It's a star-studded night in the CONCACAF Champions Cup quarterfinals from downtown LA. LAFC face off with Inter Miami. Pre-game starts tomorrow at 8 p.m. on 710 ESPN and the ESPN LA app.
Ticket Thursday on ESPN LA. We're giving you a chance to experience all the wonder of SeaWorld San Diego on us. From up-close encounters with orcas and dolphins to the all-new Jewels of the Sea exhibit featuring awe-inspiring jellyfish. There's more to explore than ever before. Plus, set sail on a flavorful journey at the Seven Seas Food Festival. Tune in this Thursday for your cue to call and win a family 4-pack of tickets to SeaWorld San Diego. SeaWorld San Diego. Open your world to something amazing.
Hey guys, it's Cap. Here's the scenario. Your home is flooded and the damage is severe. Now it feels like your insurance company is turning on you. They won't approve a replacement living arrangement and the adjuster leaves you in the lurch. Take a breath and call Avner Gatt, one of Southern California's largest public adjuster firms. Avner Gatt knows how to fight back when your insurance company makes you feel like a criminal, leaving you with no hope of getting into your home and getting it all back together. With decades of experience and a passion for helping people, Avner and his family take the call themselves. So whether you have a toilet overflow, a broken water line, a burst supply line, a broken fire sprinkler, whatever the water damage is, you call Avner Gatt today at 818-917-5256 or you go to avnergatt.com. It's 818-917-5256 or avnergatt.com. You call, Avner answers, he says hello. Your claim is our game. avnergatt.com.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, how you doing? Haven't seen you around the gym for a while.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could be lower testosterone.
Lower T?
Yeah, I went through it a while back. Once you hit 40, your body has less free testosterone. I got Nugenix Total T, and it's made a huge difference for me.
I've seen that ad on TV. Is it for real?
Oh, yeah. The key ingredient is something called Tesnor, which helps boost free and total testosterone levels to help you trim up and stay lean.
And it's made a difference for you?
Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s again, at work, in the gym, and in the bedroom.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try it for themselves?
Yeah, you just need to send them a text.
Text BREAK to 321-321 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T, the #1 selling testosterone booster at GNC. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast. Absolutely free. Text BREAK to 321-321. That's BREAK to 321-321.
2:20 on a live imaging Tuesday. Mason and I and Momo sitting in for who's telling me about the challah bake. Let's bake some challah, Jack.
Come bake
she
bread
needs
with
more
us.
challah bakers.
You know who knows how
Sign
to-
up for the challah
You know
bake
what's really
people.
good?
Challah back, girl.
You know, we have a countdown promo on the air to Messi
Oh,
tomorrow
yeah?
night.
Yeah?
And the great Mario Ruiz is in
should I-
studio with us. But
What's
he
goody,
could-
what's goody?
He could join your challah bake on Thursday.
Yeah?
You want to bake challah with Momo?
I would love to. I would love
Yeah?
to.
See?
Is challah basically bread?
Yes.
It's bread.
Okay.
I love bread.
It's braided bread.
Okay.
Bread is my favorite.
Yes, bread is
right.
delicious.
Bring some
Especially fresh out of the oven.
fresh, and it's braided, and it's got like the
Oh,
butter
the
on
thing is
top.
Thursday night. You're
Thursday
not working
night, I know.
Friday.
Bread
you
and
can't bring
butter?
it in.
There's nothing
Can
better.
You will you have it baked? Can you bring it in Thursday?
Friday.
Oh no, you're not here Thursday.
No,
you're
I'm
here
not here
today and
Thursday.
tomorrow. Okay.
Yeah.
All
I'll
right.
make.
Bread
The
and
next time
butter.
I'm in, I'll make
Okay.
you challah.
All right. So
I made you challah one time. Didn't you? Were you?
I don't
here
think
that
I was
day?
here.
Oh,
Yeah.
Mace must have got the challah. I made the chocolate challah and the pumpkin challah. Oh,
I went the chocolate challah.
and they're
All right.
both.
I
think
bet
the
it's challah
pumpkin one's
good.
better.
I bet it's
Yeah,
challah
there it is.
See?
Does
All
it
right.
go with matcha?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah?
Of course, yeah. In the morning time, yeah.
Tell me more about matcha because you have a whole song about it.
Mate, and
Mate.
matcha.
Oh,
they're,
yeah,
they're
yeah,
two
yeah.
different things.
That's right. I
Kinda
mixed them up.
two
Yeah.
different
Come
things.
What's the difference
Momo.
between mate and matcha?
Yeah, yeah. It's kind of like coffee. Gives you that same energy boost. It gets
But
you
what's
going
the,
in the
what's
morning
the
time.
difference? Is mate different than matcha?
Yes, it is. It's
How
a little
is it
bit
different?
healthier than coffee. It's not caffeine. It's matein, so it's a little bit different.
Okay.
It comes from a plant.
Not Medivh. That's a whole different.
But matcha's the same. Matcha's what?
I don't know what matcha is. I'm not a fan of
think
matcha.
it's
Are you making up your own
green.
words?
Let's
I
get
don't
to
know.
why we brought Mario
Oh
in.
yeah. Okay. Sorry.
Good Lord.
Mario,
you told me to
how
talk about it.
sure are we that Messi is playing tomorrow night?
This is what we know. Messi
Okay.
is here in L.A. He's staying at a hotel very close to us here in L.A. He was at an event last night, an Adidas World Cup kind of like pump
Okay.
up type of event. He just played this last weekend. He came back from injury. He played for Inter Miami, came in the 55th minute.
Okay.
He scored in the 57th minute,
Wow,
which was
right
the,
away.
the game winner.
Wow.
So he's ready to play. I don't know if he's going to start. Is he going to be in the starting 11? I don't know, but I'm pretty sure we'll see him out on the pitch at BMO Stadium tomorrow night.
You at least see him.
Yes.
He will be
yes.
wearing pink.
I think so. I mean, it's not 100%, but I think so.
Okay.
If he played this past weekend, he's ready to go. This game here is more priority, higher priority than any MLS match.
Explain why.
This is an international club tournament.
Got
so
it.
the champions from the region here of CONCACAF, all the champions are in this tournament. So if you're in this tournament like LAFC is, because they won the U.S. Open Cup last year, their top priority is to win this CONCACAF Champions Cup. They've been to the final twice.
Where is this the semifinal?
This is the quarterfinal. So a
Quarterfinal.
chance to get into the semifinals.
All right, and the loser's eliminated.
Yeah, it's a two-game series, though. It's a home and away.
Have either of those been played yet?
No, this is the first one. The first one is tomorrow night at BMO Stadium.
7 o'clock?
8 o'clock is pregame here on 710 ESPN. 8:36 kickoff.
Is
it's
it
a
on,
late game.
What are we doing
TV
from
or
6 to 8?
something?
What are we doing from 6 to 8?
That's a good question.
I better figure that out.
Best of Mason and Ireland.
Is the reason it's starting that late because it's on TV?
Yeah, and it's also because there's another CONCACAF game at 5 p.m. I'm not sure who else is playing in that one, but someone from the other bracket is playing at 5. So enough time to get over that game and then start the big game, which is Miami against LAFC, which is a massive game. Could be the biggest game of 2025 for LAFC or Inter Miami.
All right, so again, these are kind of naive, dumb questions, but I think that's what people want to know. Who's favored? Is one team way better than the other, or are they about even?
Well, Inter Miami is playing out of their minds right now. They're the best in MLS right now. They're in first place. They've been winning games with and without Messi.
Okay.
Messi has been
So they're
injured.
more than a one-man team.
They're still winning. They have stars. They have Busquets, Jordi Alba, Luis Suarez. Their head coach, Mascherano, he knows how to win without Messi. And that's a sign of a good team, right? Like, let's say you don't have LeBron James. Can you still be winning? If you don't have Luka, can you still win? If you still win and you don't have those guys, that's a good team right there.
All right, here's another naive one. Have you personally ever seen Messi play in person?
Yeah, I seen him last time he was here at BMO Stadium.
What's it like?
It's something else. I mean, he's just so calm. He's just strolling through, like just kind of like floating onto the pitch so calmly, but all these cameras are around him and just all this madness. And it's like all the fans have their phones out. And they're just have their phones.
Even though this is going to be on Sports Center, they want to have their own personal record of it.
Yeah, and it's fans from both sides too. And then the thing is that at the stadium, there might not be LAFC fans, there might not be Inter Miami fans, but there's Messi fans.
Right.
So there's like 3 different type of fans here. Or you could be an LAFC fan and also be a Messi fan, so you're torn. So it's a unique situation.
Is he, Mario, you've been a soccer fan your whole life. Is he as popular now as any player has been? Like, is this like Pele, Maradona type popularity at this point?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I mean, they're considering him the greatest of all time.
Yeah.
Not one of the. Some people say he is the greatest of all time. And I just got off of the training pitch right now at LAFC's Performance Center. I talked to Hugo Lloris, legendary goalkeeper, won World Cup with France, played against Messi many times. And I talked to him about playing against Messi, and he has the utmost respect for him. He's like, I witnessed it with my own eyes. And I have a cut here from Hugo Lloris. Pretty good one.
No, I think it's always a great challenge, when you face the best players. Obviously, a player like Leo Messi, there's only one, and there will be only one. It's just amazing what he has achieved and what he has brought, to the game. For myself, I've been witness, I've been part of his generation. You can only have admiration. But at the same time, every time that you face him, you have to get the best out of you,
So, Mario,
look at Mario bringing his own sound.
Hey,
I like that.
I do this.
And
I does
he
this. I
teed
does this.
himself up.
For people that have never seen Messi, first of all, the first thing you should know is he's not big. This is not
5'6" or
This
something?
is not
He's a little
Derrick
guy, right?
Henry playing in the NFL. His nickname for years, Mario, was the Little Flea.
Yeah.
So what makes him so hard to defend?
He just knows how to get into spaces. It's all about spacing for Messi. So he'll kind of like sit behind where the ball is at and kind of like behind where all the action is going. And he has his head on a swivel at all times. He knows where the defenders are at. And he'll kind of like take himself out of the play. And then when the ball comes, he knows exactly how to turn and get into that empty space that he created. He created that space.
A light bulb just went off. I just figured out who he is. He's Gretzky.
Oh,
Gretzky
yeah.
was 5'9", okay? 5'9", 5'10", fast on skates, but not the fastest skater.
Yeah.
Not big, wasn't physical.
Yeah.
But if he got space, Mario,
Oh,
if you
yeah.
gave Gretzky any space, you were dead. And it sounds like Messi's the same way.
That's the thing about football.
Yeah.
Spacing is everything, and basketball too, but not quite. It's funny because my son, he's starting to play basketball, right? And he's throwing the ball into space to his
Yeah, like a
teammates on the
soccer player.
basketball
Yeah.
court, like a soccer player, but it doesn't work.
That's how I
out.
used to play baseball.
It
That's
doesn't
how I
goes
used to
out of
play basketball,
bounds.
too.
I'm like, you
Yeah.
can't throw it into space like that. It's a different sport.
No, but you can't.
I like
actually,
him for trying, though.
Like,
You know what I mean?
When you play basketball, like a soccer player, that was Steve Nash. Like
Yes.
Steve Nash, and
To an extent, it works.
because I had a soccer background growing up too. So whenever I would play, I was always trying to get people on the backdoor cuts. Like, oh, I'm just gonna
A through ball.
just go there. Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
through ball. Go.
Yeah.
And like, if you played with somebody who knew what you were doing, they were like, oh, I'm there. And
Exactly.
and I think that's where basketball is going. Also, like space. I mean, I did a whole thing on the Memphis Grizzlies that
Mm-hmm.
you know. And one day, I was watching YouTubes on Memphis Grizzlies.
Yeah, what was the word Trudell taught me? Egalitarian.
It's kind of, you're
So,
right. It is an overuse.
Mario, I assume this is sold out. Do you know if it is or not?
I believe it is. I'm not sure.
Okay.
I haven't asked
so
around.
people can
but
check on tickets. Now, talk
That's
about
fun,
our
though.
talk about our coverage. What time do we go on
we
the air?
get
and-
going at 8 p.m. right here on 710
What time's the
ESPN.
pregame?
Pregame is at 8 p.m.
Well, we got to find something from 6
Yeah.
to 8.
Tell,
Yeah.
tell Cappy, and it's not an April Fool's joke. He's on till 8 tomorrow.
And I love how
that.
I love how Inter Miami is already
Oh.
talking a little bit of smack on social
Oh, yeah?
media. On their IG, they posted like a photoshopped star on the Walk of Fame that says Inter Miami on it.
Okay.
And in
Oh,
the
really?
caption it says bringing the stars to
Wow.
LA.
Oh,
okay.
I like
okay.
it.
Okay, I get it.
Have Miami and LAFC met this year yet?
No,
This first meeting.
have not met. They don't meet very, very often because they're East and West. So
Right.
we didn't play Inter Miami last year either.
Okay.
We played them the year before that. They came to BMO and
So
they
if
gave us
you've
a
always
whooping.
wanted to see Messi, you should do what you can to get there tomorrow because you don't know if this is going to happen again, right?
Oh yeah, that's
Okay.
for sure. Yeah.
All right, good.
Hey, I got somebody who can be on from 6 to 8 for you.
It's not Steve Hartman, is it?
This is a text from Chris McGee.
All right, what's it say?
Did he apologize for vanishing
All
on me?
is right in the world now that Morales is back.
Well, I
That's
like
what I
that.
know.
I like
He
that.
had me at hello. I'm always waiting for the call out of the bullpen. It hasn't come yet.
This is a little Brokeback Mountain, Chris. I don't know.
I mean, he
Would I
wrote
be
this like
the-
a haiku.
I'd be the broke. I don't know.
All
Never
right.
mind.
Mario, thank you. Have fun tomorrow night.
Real quick,
Yeah.
before I go, can I give a shout out to Mr. Arnold? Mr. Arnold is the former principal of my son, and he loves Mason in Ireland. Been listening.
Mr. Arnold.
Mr. Arnold, yes.
Love it.
He's been listening for many, many years. And the last time I was on the show.
This was Gio's principal?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
The last time I was on the show,
Yeah.
I was talking about the dog, remember? I was talking about
Yeah.
Champ. I was talking about Gio. I was talking about soccer and stuff.
Right, and
And,
you-
he started putting it together. He's
Wow.
like, this is Gio's dad. Because we don't really interact that
He
very
didn't
often.
know you were that Mario
Yeah.
Ruiz?
He didn't know. He didn't
Wow.
know. So now he knows, and I saw him at the soccer game, at Gio's soccer game, because he still comes out to Gio's soccer games, even though he's not the principal at Gio's
What's
school.
his first name?
Mr. I don't know his first name.
Mister.
Mr. Yeah, of
is
course.
his first name.
Of course.
All right, Mario, thank you for doing this. Most of all, have fun tomorrow night.
Appreciate it, guys. Thanks for
Coming up
having me.
next, what did Ramona lie about? I have an idea. Laura, do you have an idea?
I thought I did, and
Yeah,
It's
you're
about
right.
inviting me
All
to the
right,
Halla Bake
Brian,
Off?
do you have an idea?
I got no idea.
All right, I got one. I don't think I'm right, but we'll find out next. 877-710-3776. We're giving away a $50 gift certificate to Rigorer.com. Those are the people that make Austin Reeves shoes. And if you get the lie, if you correctly identify Momo's lie, you're entered to win a pair of Austin shoes that we're going to give away on Friday. That's next, ESPN LA.
Weekdays after Mason in Ireland.
I'm not really a pecan eater. In fact, I'm not even sure if you put a lineup of nuts, I don't know if I could identify the pecan.
Costco's got a.
yes, you
really? Yes, you
You
can.
can.
It looks like a little wrinkled nut.
Oh, yeah?
Hey, no. Gabby, you don't like a wrinkled
That's a
nut.
drop somewhere.
No, it looks like a little wrinkled nut, huh?
Sedano and Cap today at 3 p.m.
On 710 ESPN.
Have you heard the refinancing rule of thumb that says you have to drop your rate at least 0.5% to refi because it'll take several years of savings to recoup the closing costs for a refi? The Loan Exchange says the rule is nonsense. With a Loan Exchange free closer, you can lower your rate without paying any cost whatsoever. That's right, lower your rate with no cost and your balance doesn't go up. You start saving on the first day you have the loan and every day thereafter. If you decide to move next year or rates drop further, you can exchange that loan for another without losing $1 that was tied up in closing costs. costs. Today's 30-year fixed-free closer rate in APR is 5.99%. So if your current mortgage rate is higher than 5.99%, give the Loan Exchange a call at 855-752-9944 or log on to theloanexchange.com. It won't cost you a thing. NMLS 1637539. Loan subject to credit approval. See website for licensing information, loan terms and conditions. Equal housing lender. Call 855-752-9944 or visit theloanexchange.com.
Why do we grill to order at Waba Grill? Because it's just better for you. And our Asian-inspired menu has high-quality proteins that are healthier for you. Like hormone-free chicken, ribeye steak, wild-caught salmon, and shrimp. Our steamed vegetables and signature salads are made fresh for you. Our sauces are more flavorful for you, from sweet and spicy to fiery hot. Download the Waba Rewards app or order online at wabagrill.com. Waba Grill, it's for you.
ZipRecruiter is the place. ZipRecruiter is the place for talented teachers, savvy software developers, and master mixologists. ZipRecruiter is the place where you meet all these people and more. That's because ZipRecruiter is the place for job seekers who are looking for new opportunities. In fact, ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day, so you can find the right candidates right away. It's no wonder that ZipRecruiter is the place for skilled skydiving instructors, accomplished airbrush artists, and proficient pediatricians. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter to hire, you're missing out. ZipRecruiter is the place that's so confident it can make your hiring easier that it lets you try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. So if you want the right candidates for all your roles, ZipRecruiter is the place to go. Try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
And it is Mason and Ireland, the OGs of LA Sports Radio.
Like, that's the problem in the world, is there aren't enough happy shows, fun shows.
Mason and Ireland.
710 ESPN.
2:33 on a live imaging Tuesday. Is Zumba still a thing?
Absolutely a thing. It's like, have you ever been to a Zumba class?
I have not.
Okay, this is a humbling experience. It's dancing and following moves for an hour, but you don't know the moves that are coming, but then you're in there with a bunch of old ladies who have been going to this class for years, and they know all the moves. And you're like trying to keep
me
up.
and you.
We'll go in with the old
it's
ladies.
fantastic.
Yeah,
I'll take you.
It'll be beautiful.
Ireland and I would get a lot of action.
And I'm like 15 minutes in, I was like, oh, I'm tired. How long is this class? They're like an hour.
I can't do cardio yet.
I mean,
I can walk, but I can't do like that. I can't do high intensity.
It's pretty high intensity.
I can't do that for
a lot of hip
I'll do it.
shaking.
Let me know next time you go.
Okay.
Meanwhile, time for Lie of the Day, John.
Oh, yeah, I got to read this thing for Lie of the Day. So Austin Reeves has these new shoes. They're really cool looking, and they're made by a company called Wrangler, Rigorer.
Let's hold up this shoe right here.
There, Chris is holding up the hot pink AR2 from Wrangler. And it is very stylish. I did a deep dive on how good the shoe is, like one of those shoe websites.
Okay.
And they like straight A's across the board.
Oh, okay.
Love it. So if you can identify Momo's Lie of the Day right now, you win the qualifying prize of a $50 gift code to Rigorer.com. And then on Friday, the grand prize winner can win a pair of Austin Reeves signed AR2s.
That's pretty cool.
It's a good shoe.
From ESPN LA and Wrangler. And so we're doing this all week. Right now it's time to identify Momo's lie. I'm going to write down what I think it is.
Okay.
And then if I'm right,
you might want to text me.
Okay.
Because people on the cameras might see.
Oh, yeah.
You're going to write it down and keep it there. Okay.
No.
What's going on?
No, I'll text you.
Okay.
Do you now, Brian? You have no idea. You have
I have no
clue.
idea. Completely stumped.
Okay.
Laura, you think you know something?
I thought I knew, and then I asked her, and she said no.
Okay. This probably isn't right.
Okay.
But I'm going to send it to you right now, and you tell me if I've got it. Okay, I just sent it to you.
Oh, you're wrong.
I'm wrong.
Yeah.
All right, now I don't know what the hell it is.
Yeah.
All right. Here's Luis, first out of the gate. Hey, Luis, what's the lie of the day from Momo?
All right. Well, I think she took her shot early, and I think she's lying about being on Clinton and Friends. I don't think that she tweeted at him, and And he didn't. And then he was like, "Oh yeah, I remember who you were."
This is an excellent guess, Momo.
It's an excellent guess, but it is not right.
Oh,
I have been on Clinton and
Ruiz.
Friends.
She has,
and that is exactly how I got on. I think
Clinton and Friends morning 7
it
to
was
9.
the day after I
Okay.
congratulated him on the show or something.
Anthony, you're up next. Anthony, Momo's lie is what?
I know what it is. You asked Momo earlier in the show if she had lied yet. Right before you went to commercial break, you said, "So we're coming up," and you asked, "Did you lie yet?" And she said, "I don't know." She absolutely knew whether she lied or didn't lie, and she said, "I don't know."
No, but that's a common
That's a lie.
Yeah, that's a common thing in this game. That doesn't count.
Yeah.
Good
try, though.
Yeah, he was looking to get off on a
Yeah.
technicality.
I hate when that happens.
Mike, you're on with Mason and Ireland. What did Momo
It's
lie
a good
about?
lie. It's a good one.
Okay, I think that she lied about the softball being the weather girl, and she told the coach that she was pregnant. I've heard that story, and I've never heard her say that.
You got it.
Boom, boom, boom! Way to go,
That
Mike.
was good, Mike.
I never thought that was a lie. Brian, is that what you thought?
No idea.
No.
I thought it was you threw the ball as hard as you
No,
could
that's
to
totally
show
true.
off your arm.
Oh, that's totally true.
Mike,
But the
that's
weather girl
excellent
story,
work.
I was the weather girl. That's true. And my coach, did make some
See, you
joke
know why
about.
that's a good lie?
Yeah.
Is it had part
truth
truth in it. You are
The
a
rest
weather,
of that is
you
totally
are a weather
false.
nerd,
Yeah.
but then you turned left and lied.
Yeah, that's right.
That was excellent. All right,
Yeah.
Mike, hang on.
Totally made that story up.
I thought she lied about her believing UConn can win it all.
No, I
because
really think
UCLA
UConn's gonna win it
is
all.
kicking butt.
Line 3, Laura, and
That
we'll
was good.
do.
Is that what you thought I did?
I didn't think you lied about that. I was actually, I thought
You
that
thought
was
I
good.
told my coach I was pregnant?
Yeah.
As an April Fool's joke?
I mean, it's something I would do. I wouldn't say the pregnant part, but I thought that was bold.
I mean, you teed me up right there. I was like, I can do this.
I didn't even
I got to
suspect
come up with a
that
good
was-
one.
I didn't suspect it was a
Yeah.
lie, and now I feel played.
You know, it's because I was looking at the TV.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
Exactly.
Coming up next, we've got Game of Games. It's my game today. Morales is going to play. We got Brian, we got Laura, we got Ramona. Now, this is interesting, this game. Brian and Momo will be at a disadvantage slightly because Chris knows the answer to the question I wrote about his dad, and there's a question that Laura knows the answer to as well. But that's it. They're only getting a little bit of a boost.
Just a taste. Just a little taste.
So,
Okay, we can give him a boost because he's,
yeah, he almost died.
Yeah.
Yeah. All
You
right.
said it, not me.
So, Game of Games coming up next. Mason and Ireland, ESPN LA.
The stage is set at BMO Stadium for one of the biggest soccer matches of the year.
BMO Stadium is rocking for the black and gold.
Los Angeles Football Club versus Inter Miami tomorrow in the heart of Los Angeles.
Oh, what a double stay by Hugo Ruiz.
It's a star-studded night in the CONCACAF Champions Cup quarterfinals from downtown LA. LAFC face off with Inter Miami. Pregame starts tomorrow at 8 p.m. on 710 ESPN and the ESPN LA app.
50 years at full speed. It's going to be an epic celebration at the 50th anniversary Acura Grand Prix of Long Beach this April 11th through the 13th. It starts with the always exciting lineup: Indy cars, IMSA sports cars, Robbie Gordon's high-flying trucks, and drifting, along with the first ever historic Formula Exhibition event featuring all three eras of racing at the Grand Prix: Formula 5000, Formula One, and Indy cars, all on track at the same time. A very special sight and sound for everyone to experience. Plus the huge Lifestyle Expo, Family Fun Zone, Mother's Exotic Car Paddock, and 2 exciting concerts. DJ duo Dubs on Friday night, presented by Acura, and Rock and Roll Hall of Fame band Foreigner on Saturday night, presented by Cuervo Tequila. Fun for the whole family, April 11th through the 13th. Tickets and more information at gplb.com. Come and join the celebration.
ZipRecruiter is the place. ZipRecruiter is the place for talented teachers, savvy software developers, and master mixologists. ZipRecruiter is the place where you meet all these people and more. That's because ZipRecruiter is the place for job seekers who are looking for new opportunities. In fact, ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day, so you can find the right candidates right away. It's no wonder that ZipRecruiter is the place for skilled skydiving instructors, accomplished airbrush artists, and proficient pediatricians. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter to hire, you're missing out. ZipRecruiter is the place that's so confident it can make your hiring easier that it lets you try it for free at ziprecruiter.com/free. So if you want the right candidates for all your roles, ZipRecruiter is the place to go. Try it for free at ziprecruiter.com/free. That's ziprecruiter.com/free. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
710 ESPN.
And it is time for Game of Games on the #1 sports radio show in L.A., Mason and Ireland. Game of Games. Game of Games presented by CallJacob.com. Call Jacob. Everyone loves a fighter, but in this town, winning matters, especially after an accident. So remember, anyone can fight, but CallJacob.com is here for you when you need a big win. After an accident, go to CallJacob.com or call 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB. We got the jingle. Call Jacob. Thank you. Game of Games time. Take it away, Mace.
All right, no Mace today, so it's my game. Momo is in for Mason. We got 4 players: Brian Cohen, Laura Romo, Ramona Shelburne, and Chris Morales, who's here doing lit today. Sonato and Kappa right around the corner. In about 20 minutes, 18 minutes away from Super Crosstalk. All right, so this is a game about people who work here at ESPN LA.
Okay.
Some of these are easy, some are hard, all multiple choice. Here we go. Question 1. When Michael Thompson played in the NBA, he wore number 43. Why did Michael choose the number 43?
Oh, no clue.
A, he's from a family of 7 kids, 4 boys, 3 girls, hence the number 43. B, he was a fan of Richard Petty, the race car driver who drove car number 43. Or C, the Bahamas are exactly 43 miles from Miami, where Michael went to high school. So he started wearing that number in high school. Momo, family of 7 kids, fan of Richard Petty, or the Bahamas are 43 miles from Miami, A, B, or C?
Whew. I'm going to go with A.
Okay, you're going family of 7
Family of
kids,
7
4
kids.
boys, 3 girls.
I really have no idea.
Morales.
Michael's crazy enough to do B.
To do Richard Petty.
Richard Petty.
Okay,
Yeah,
so Chris is going Richard Petty. Brian.
I'll also go B, the race car driver.
Okay, Laura.
Also the race car driver.
It is the race car driver. Did you know, Chris, or was
No,
it a guess?
I guessed.
All right, so everybody on the
He
board.
does. He's like a pilot race car guy.
Yeah,
okay.
except for Momo.
And Richard Petty was pretty big.
Okay.
Yeah, he was.
Question 2.
TV again?
DeMarco Farr played exactly 100
man.
regular season games for the Rams.
Right.
How many of those 100 games did DeMarco start? A, 68, B, 78, or C, 88? Chris Morales, 68, 78, or 88. How many did DeMarco start?
C, 88.
Okay. Brian.
78.
Laura.
Lucky number 88. That's my birth year.
Okay, Ramona.
I'm also going to say 88.
88 is the correct answer. Once again, 3 correct answers.
You're
Laura
on it.
And Chris.
You know what you are?
Right there.
Clear of mind.
Because?
You almost died.
Thank
All
you.
right. Almost died.
Look how I flipped it on you.
I know.
All right.
I know.
When Mike Trudell was
Egalitarian. Oh,
was
sorry.
at Northwestern,
Yeah.
Okay.
he had a now famous classmate who was there at the same time he was.
Okay.
She was a year older than him. Who is that famous classmate?
All right.
A, Meghan Markle, B, Mindy Kaling, or C, Kristen Bell?
Whoa.
Brian, Meghan Markle, Mindy Kaling, or Kristen Bell?
Meghan Markle.
Laura.
Huh.
I'll do
Meghan Markle, Mindy Kaling, or
I'll
Kristen
do
Bell?
Mindy.
Or you're going Mindy Kaling. Ramona. Meghan
I'll go
Markle,
Meghan
Mindy
Markle.
Okay, Morales.
I'm going to go different. I'm going to go Kristen Bell.
It is Meghan Markle.
All right.
Who Trudell claims gave one of his friends a pity makeout in college.
I feel like he has talked about that.
I
and
don't-
I
I
should have
don't
said that.
Okay.
All right, because of that, because Ramona got it and Brian got it,
All right.
everybody has 2.
Excellent. Let's go.
Okay.
Beautiful.
So
Beautiful. Who said that to you right now?
I have the same birthday, July 15th,
Okay.
as somebody else who works here, who was also born on July 15th?
Okay.
A, Stephanie Alexander, B, Trish Kinsey, or C, Laura Momo.
Laura Romo.
Morales.
Laura Romo.
Brian.
Laura.
Laura, if you miss this, you're in big trouble.
I mean, it is me.
Did you guys all know?
Well, I know she's a
I
Cancer.
remember that, yeah.
I know that Laura's
and
a
I
Cancer.
know Stephanie's birthday, so I kind of.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
That means
That one was easy.
That means the game is
All right, let's
tied
go.
at 3. Okay. Where was George Sedano born? Okay.
He came over on the shores from. Oh, no.
All right. A, New York. B, Florida. C, Havana, Cuba. New York, Florida, or Havana, Brian.
Florida.
Laura. New York, Florida, or Havana?
Florida.
You're going Florida?
Yeah.
Ramona.
I don't think it's Florida because that's too obvious, so I'm going to go New York.
I think
Chris.
Florida.
The answer? New York.
New York!
Yeah.
I knew he lived in New York.
I knew it was not Cuba. He's not. He wasn't born there.
But I
So
knew the
it-
bit that he washed from the shores of.
I know.
Okay.
Florida. I
Is
can't
that
believe
what
I
we
got that
got?
wrong.
He
and
grew
I'm like,
up in Florida.
We have
The
four.
the
We have
guy's my
four
agent,
left.
and I
right
screwed that
now,
up.
Ramona has 4, and everybody else has 3.
Oh, he was born.
All right, here we go.
Still time for me to blow it. It's okay.
Easy,
I do it all the
Cut
time.
that up, by the way. Cut that
I
up.
always do that, Momo. Don't worry about it.
When he was a place kicker at the University of Pittsburgh.
Yes.
At Pitt.
Cappy question. Here we
Cappy.
go.
Scott Kaplan attempted 69 extra points over a 3-year period.
That's great.
How many of those 69 did Cappy
Oh,
miss?
miss. Okay.
All right, 69 extra points.
All right.
A, 0, B, 3, or C, 6. 0, 3, or 6.
This is
Chris
fantastic.
Morales.
I'm going to go with 6.
Yeah.
You're going 6.
I'm going 6
Brian
as well.
Cohen.
3.
3. Laura Romo. 0, 3, or 6.
You know what, Cappy? I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt.
You're going 0?
Because of that reaction, I'm going to go 6.
Okay. Ramona.
I said 6.
Oh, you're going 6. One of you is right, and it's Brian Cohen.
Oh!
He missed 3. He had
baby.
66.
It's pretty
Have
good.
some faith
out
in
of
our guy. Come on.
69.
That's not bad.
All right.
I mean,
Brian,
even 6 is not
this
that
is-
many.
This is very close.
Pretty good percentage.
This is very
Who's
close.
winning?
You and Brian have 4.
Oh,
Chris and Laura have 3. And there are 3 left.
Is there any questions about me?
No.
Pocket
Okay.
listing. All right, let's go.
All right.
Dang.
But this is a... It's
We still
about,
haven't had the Morales question.
Right,
so
it's
he's got
coming.
the-
It's
all right.
coming right now. So
right, let's
he's
go.
going to get this.
Oh, I should
All right.
always.
Most people know.
Make him go last on his question.
He will go last. Most people know that Chris Morales is the son of Mucho Morales, who was a famous radio disc jockey in
know that.
Los Angeles for decades.
I do know that.
What is Mucho Morales' actual first name? All right.
All right.
A, Tom. B, Dave. C, Carlos. Tom, Dave, or Carlos.
I think you
Brian.
got the whole thing wrong. And I
You-
know
one,
why.
One of those is not correct.
No.
Oh,
None
then-
of them are correct.
Oh, then I'll throw it out.
Yeah,
All
throw
right.
it out.
His Wikipedia page says his middle name is Dave. His first name is David.
No.
What is it?
It's not that.
I know, but I can't use it now.
No, I know.
So what's the answer? What is
What
it?
his real name is?
Yeah.
Ricardo.
Okay, so why does it say Dave on his
I don't know.
Wikipedia page?
I don't
Somebody's got to update that
All
page.
right. Well, Chris, I'm sorry. I no longer gave you an advantage.
Okay, good.
All right,
All
here
right,
we
let's go.
Chris, when I heard those names, I'm like, did I not know his name correctly?
Yeah,
Oh, so you did know it was Rick?
Yeah,
She's been around my parents.
I
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
like,
Okay, sorry about that, Mucho. You need to update your
There was a
father's.
Dave Morales who was on Power in the 90s, and I think people confused that.
Okay, so that must have been it. All right, here we go. Right now, still, Ramona 4, Brian 4, Laura and Chris 3. So that means, Momo, you have to go first, and Brian has to go second. Which one of these jobs is actually on Emily Hebel's LinkedIn
I love
resume?
this. Okay, let's go.
Okay?
Let's go.
One of these is a job that she actually did, and the other 2 I made up.
Okay.
Okay? Ramona, A, intern at NFL Films.
Okay.
B, intern at the Washington Post.
Okay.
C, intern at the MLB Network. So either NFL Films, Washington Post, or MLB Network. She was an intern at one of those places. Which one?
Washington Post.
Okay. Brian.
NFL films.
Laura.
Which one she did, right?
Yeah.
NFL films.
Chris.
NFL films.
NFL films is it.
Yes, we did.
How do you know that? I don't know
told
that.
us.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I was like, she's from Virginia, so I'm going to go Washington Post.
All
That
right.
was a
No,
good
the
guess.
NFL films is in
Now.
Philadelphia.
Yeah.
All right.
But Virginia.
It has come down.
Washington.
It has come down to the last question.
Mine was a good guess.
Brian Cohen has 5.
All right.
Everybody else has 4.
Oh, we're taking you down, BC.
Brian,
no,
you get
come on
this right and you win it. If not, you open the door for the other hacks.
Don't
Here.
open the door for me. You know I'll sneak in.
All right.
Cardiac Kid. Come on.
Yeah,
let's go.
exactly.
Brian, Travis Rogers graduated from the University of California at Santa Barbara with a degree in what?
Oh.
A, history, B, business, C, political science. History, business, political science, which one?
Oh.
Travis, I think it's a history buff, so I'm going to go history.
Okay,
Dang,
so
I wanted
that
to
means
do
the
that
rest
too.
of you guys need to go either business or political science. Laura.
I wanted to go with
I wanted to go with
No,
his
you got to
too.
pick either
I know,
business
I
or
know.
political science. Pick
All right,
one.
I'll go political science.
Okay, Ramona.
Business.
Chris.
Poli-sci.
It is political
Dang it!
science, and Ramona's
Ah!
out.
That's
Everybody
it.
else.
That's it, Jack. You're
All
gone.
right. Chris, you got something to write with? You got something to
Always
write
blow it.
on? I
No.
can give you one if you know. Here
All
we
right.
go. Okay. Here's the pen. Here's the paper. Brian, you got something to write with? Right on. Laura, you got something to write with? Right on. Here we go.
Yeah, we do.
This will break the tie.
I always suck at these.
And you have to answer. You have 5 seconds to write down your answer. Okay.
Oh, Lord. Okay.
All right. If you add up the ages of John Ireland, Steve Mason, Scott Kaplan, and George Sedano, what total number do you get?
Wow.
All right. Those 4 people. 3, 2, 1. Pen back, Chris. What, Laura, what'd you write down?
228.
All right. Chris wrote down 190. Brian, what'd you write down?
222.
Dang.
We have a winner. And he almost won both showcases. The correct answer is 224, Brian
Wow.
Cohen. You were
Thank
too
you,
off.
thank you.
What was your thinking on 222?
I was thinking 60, 60, 60, 60. I don't know what that adds up to, but I was like close to
No,
222.
it's I'm 61, Mason's 60. That
Right.
gets you to 121. Cappy is 54, I think. And Sedano's 48.
I
and,
undercut Cappy a little
Wait,
bit there.
Sedano's 48.
is
And I'm
he?
not good at
or
math,
maybe he's
apparently.
40. How old is Sedano? I'll look it
So
up.
I was like
45.
45.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it adds up
Maybe
to
46
It
or
adds
something.
up to 224. So the Brian is your
How
game
do
winner.
we get to 224?
All right, I'll do it again.
Because I put 60, 63, 45, and 52.
All right, so
And
somebody
I
look
didn't
up,
do math very well.
Somebody look up
Oh, maybe
Sedano's actual age.
I want to say he's like 46, 47,
yeah.
but
I
I'll
think it was
ask you.
45, but I'll check.
All right, look it up, Laura, while I'm doing this. 61 plus 60
It's an outrage.
equals 121.
Right.
Plus, how old's Cappy?
Let's just say
54, I
Wow,
think.
Sedano is 47.
Okay.
See?
Plus
I know those things.
40.
I made Sedano like 30 in my head.
I made everybody 60.
All right, so
They're
it's
all
one.
60.
Yeah, it comes out to 224.
Really?
Right? Yeah, I think.
All right.
But
Cappy,
take
get
the
in
win,
here
thank
for a
you.
second.
Cappy, how old are you? Like, for real, we need the actual age. 37. No, I'm serious. It's
Come
to
on,
win
you
game of
scumbag.
games.
Get in here.
how old are you, Cap?
How old are you?
Seriously.
Seriously.
54? 55. Okay.
Oh, I put 52.
No, you're not, really? You got to get a colonoscopy again.
Okay, so that's 176. And how old did we figure out Sedano was?
47.
All right.
So that's like 210.
I'm looking. I'm trying to add it up.
Maybe 220, maybe.
176 plus 47, right?
I had like Sedano in his 20s in my math.
I had Sedano at like 40, I think. 223. I was off by one.
Okay.
Brian, you missed it
I
by
was even
one.
closer. Nice. Yeah.
Dang.
Because I think I had Cappy down for one more year with us, but 223, you guess 222, you win it. Bam! Very impressive. All right, we'll get some Super Crosstalk going next, ESPN LA.
You never have to miss a moment of LA's mega sports station. Get the all-new ESPN LA app.
Just search ESPN LA in your App Store or Google Play.
Download, tap, and bam!
You got 710 ESPN in the palm of your hand.
Ticket Thursday on ESPN LA. We're giving you a chance to experience all the wonder of SeaWorld San Diego on us. From up-close encounters with orcas and dolphins to the all-new Jewels of the Sea exhibit featuring awe-inspiring jellyfish. There's more to explore than ever before. Plus, set sail on a flavorful journey at the Seven Seas Food Festival. Tune in this Thursday for your cue to call and win a family 4-pack of tickets to SeaWorld San Diego. SeaWorld San Diego. Open your world to something amazing.
Hey, it's producer Lindsay, and you know I'm a huge wrestling fan. Join Cappy, O'Shea Jackson Jr., and me to watch Monday Night Raw on April 7th at Hollywood Park Casino, LA's premier card room. We'll have ticket giveaways and a grand prize of 2 tickets to the Ultimate Wrestling event on April 19th in Las Vegas. Your attendance is your raffle entry. Plus, get a bonus entry when you RSVP at ESPNLA.com. But you must be present to win. See you Monday, April 7th at Hollywood Park Casino. Visit ESPNLA.com for details.
We've all heard mortgage rates have finally moved down. So if you've gotten a mortgage in the last 2 years, contact the Loan Exchange to check on lowering your mortgage payment. Today, the Loan Exchange is offering a 30-year fixed free closer loan at 5.99% rate and APR. That's right, there are no closing costs. Wow! You can lower your monthly payment without increasing your loan balance. Isn't it worth a few minutes of your time to find out how much the Loan Exchange can lower your payment? By the way, if rates go down further next year, you can do the same thing again without any closing costs. Call the Loan Exchange at 855-752-9944 or go to theloanexchange.com for a free closer 30-year fixed rate and APR of 5.99%. NMLS 1637539. Loan subject to credit approval. See website for licensing information, loan terms and conditions. Equal housing lender. Call 855-752-9944 or visit theloanexchange.com.
Don't miss the historic showdown on April 5th as the USA Women's National Team takes on Brazil at SoFi Stadium. Celebrate the first ever women's sporting event at SoFi Stadium and experience the excitement of world-class soccer. Bring your friends, bring your family, and witness an unforgettable match. Tickets start as low as $58. But don't wait. Secure your seats now at Ticketmaster.com or visit SoFiStadium.com for more info. Join us and be a part of history.
Hi, it's LeBron. The Lakers play here.
710 ESPN.
KSPN, Los Angeles.
A good karma brands radio station. KSPN AM 710 Los Angeles. KRDC AM 1110 Pasadena, Los Angeles.
K256CX 99.1 FM Pasadena, Los Angeles.
It's the greatest segment in LA sports radio history.
Oh my God. When the shows come together for magic on the radio.
It will only grow stronger. Super Crosstalk.
Are we ready for Sedano and Cap to join Mason in Ireland?
Super Crosstalk begins.
Super Crosstalk. Presented by Coors Light. Coors Light. Made to chill.
It's time for Super Crosstalk.
All right, it is time for Super Crosstalk. Sonato and Capper here. Morales is still hanging around for Lit.
Well, Cappy told me to stay. I don't know why.
Sonato, you're where? Oklahoma?
Oklahoma City.
I am going there on Saturday. We play 2 games there. We play Sunday and Tuesday. So, George, I just did a game of games, and I wrote the game about all the people that work here. And the question I had about you was, where was George Sonato born?
Mm-hmm.
And the answer was New York.
Yeah.
I've never heard you talk about New York. Were you just born there and then moved as a baby?
We moved to Miami when I was 6. So
Okay.
I was born in New York. I went to kindergarten and first grade in New York City. We lived in Manhattan. And I have very vague recollections of New York. And then, as soon as I went to Miami the summer I started second grade.
Okay, now, Cap, the question I had about you was that you attempted 69 extra points as the kicker at Pitt over a 3-year period.
Yeah.
Do you know how many you missed?
Well, I heard the game.
Okay. Did you know that before I asked the question?
Because I here's the this is embarrassing. They actually had when I got to about.
By the way, one of the 3 years, not to interrupt you, one of the 3 years you were perfect.
Yeah.
You were like 34 for 34.
It's really good.
And I think but the thing is that like when I got to like 50 straight in my career, they would put it up on the scoreboard.
Oh.
Kaplan has hit 50 straight
God.
PATs, right? and I don't remember who we were playing. It wasn't even a good team.
Could I be right that the all three misses were in your last year?
Maybe.
I think so.
I
think
feel like-
I just looked up your stats on the internet.
I think what happened was I remember an extra point being blocked.
Oh.
And I remember how pissed I was. Like, come on, really?
Yeah.
And there may have been two in the same game.
Oh.
But then we were in a really important game, a big game against Penn State. It was one of these, it was like right after
Yeah.
Thanksgiving, nationally televised. They may have been like top 2 or 3 in the
yeah,
country.
you were in that Friday game
yeah.
right after the Thursday Thanksgiving game.
And our whole season had fallen apart because we were like 6-0.
Kerry Collins.
Kerry Collins.
Yeah.
It might have, was it Kerry Collins? Maybe. And we were like, no, it was Tony Sacca was the quarterback's name.
Wow.
And,
Oh, wow.
Did you like that poll, though?
That was a good poll.
Okay.
And we were like 6-0 to start the season. And we got up to like number 4 or 5 in the
Wow.
country. And we went to Notre Dame, and Notre Dame beat the living hell out of us. And later in the year, we're in this Penn State game, and now our season's ruined, and we're trying to ruin their season.
Yeah.
And somehow, and these are the old school extra points. These are not the 32-yarders that the NFL players do now. These were the 20-yarders right in the middle.
Like a legitimate chip shot.
Nobody misses these, ever. And I hit one, and it was veering left, and of course, I thought it was well in, and the referee said, no good. And I'm like yelling at the referee going, we're home! We're home! That's supposed to count. We're home!
It did not work, your homer argument?
It did not work. So I don't remember 3, but I definitely can remember that one in particular. And I know one got blocked. So
By the way, who's more offended that Brian Cohen said we were all 60? Cappy or me?
Definitely you, George.
I
not
undercut
say
you.
60.
In my math, Sedano was like 20.
Why would you say 60? There's no way you think we're 60.
Well, you're pretty
because
close.
Mason and I are 60.
Yeah, I know, but
and you're 55.
And he was doing quick math. I mean, but
Yeah, I made him answer
Cappy-
within
clearly
5
Cappy.
seconds.
Yeah.
Brian almost hit it on the number. The total number of all 4 of our ages
223.
was 223, and Brian gets 224.
Wow.
Now, we know Sedano, when he's on the road, likes the rule of 3. That sounds like that could be the day, Cappy. It could be you and I solo at some point.
Why is that?
If it drops 3 times.
Oh, has he dropped a bunch?
No, but it's been cutting in and out.
Oh,
so.
really?
Well, one thing, George, what's
Because
your,
I'm not ready to do that, just so
Okay,
you know.
I got it.
George, what's your game? Is it your game tomorrow night or tonight?
It's tomorrow. It's OKC Detroit.
Cappy solo.
That's actually, well, if Cade Cunningham was playing, that'd be a really good game. But it seems to me, I said this earlier in the show, George, tell me if you agree. As a Laker homer who sees the world through purple and gold colored glasses, I've come to the conclusion that I do not want to be on Oklahoma City's side of the bracket. I want out. I want the Lakers to be 2, 3, 6, or 7. Because I've now looked at Oklahoma City enough to know that they scare the crap out of me. Am I overrating Oklahoma City?
No, you're not. I as crazy as it sounds, and as many horrors as the Lakers have had against Denver, I would much rather be on the Denver side of the
Me
bracket
too.
than Oklahoma City. They are
Ramona
legit
disagrees. Ramona disagrees. She thinks that the Lakers can beat OKC.
I think they can beat them, but I would rather play them in the conference finals than
So-
early on.
Momo, you would appreciate this. I had a conversation with a former NBA player, okay, who's still very close to the game. We'll just
Okay.
leave it at that.
Who?
Okay. Will you stop? And he said, quote, the Thunder could potentially run the Lakers out of the gym.
I don't know about that. I don't think it would be a sweep, but I do think the Thunder
Well,
would
I don't
be
think he meant
heavily
sweep.
favored.
I think he means style of play.
All right, so I was sitting next to a scout last night in the mailroom, and he is not a fan of Oklahoma City. I said to him, I don't know how you couldn't be. They've literally slayed every dragon that the league has put in front of them. He said, go back, George, his argument was, and I can't remember if you were there or not. Were you there for the finals of the in-season tournament in Vegas?
Yeah, I was there against Milwaukee when they bullied them. Yep.
And he said what Milwaukee did and what the other teams in the NBA are going to look at from that tape is they just said, we are going to take the ball out of Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's hands and make them adjust accordingly. And once they did that, George, everybody else panicked. So I think they'll be ready for that now, but maybe it is an antidote to beat OKC. What do you think?
Well, Doc tried it the second time, and it didn't work out so well.
Yeah.
So you think they've already adjusted?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, they just have so much depth and athleticism, but I also think they're young, and they have one superstar. They have another all-star, but one superstar. The Lakers have 2 superstars, and I know that sounds like dumb math or overly simplified, but sometimes that's what it comes down to in playoff series.
So is Austin Reeves one of those two superstars?
Luka and LeBron.
Oh, my bad. My bad.
Hey,
My bad.
George,
I
how
thought
do you
there
like
was
my
three.
comp of Austin? We were talking about who does he remind you of? Like, I mean, he's not as good as Manu Ginobili, but in terms of the way he kind of plays, I think there's you know what I mean? Like the slithery quality he has, the way he can control the ball. He's on the ball a lot.
The one I came up with, George, was Byron Scott. I think he's a good shooter like Byron was, and I think that if he can put the ball on the ground and get to the hoop because he can jump. But Austin's hard to categorize because some nights he's just, you can't guard him. He's too good. And then last night he struggled most of the night. So I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think he plays more on the ball than Byron did, certainly because of Magic. But, I mean, it doesn't mean Byron couldn't have played on the ball because he was that good a player. But, yeah, I kind of lean more towards Manu, like a Diet Manu.
Yeah,
which is
there you go, Diet Manu, yeah.
Manu Light?
Manu Light, yeah.
Hey, guys, could I just call a quick timeout here? This is going to be a 30, George, not a 20.
Okay.
So my phone has been buzzing this afternoon with something that I'm unaware of. But I think that
there's a lot of things you're unaware of.
True, but
there's also a lot of TV watching going on. This is why I didn't want this board down.
I'm not trying. It's
John
just
did it
I'm
and you
looking
did it.
at you.
Okay, so here's
It's
the
right
thing.
behind you.
Here's the thing. So my phone started blowing up earlier today, and I'm like, the person who's texting me is going, dude, what's the problem? Like, what is your deal? Like, I don't understand what your problem is. And I'm going, what do you mean, what's my problem?
Was this from somebody saved already in your address?
Someone you know?
Someone I know.
Oh.
Okay, and I just saw this person about a week and change ago, hugged it out, loved this person, etc. So I'm like, I don't understand what's going on here. So I don't remember saying anything. Like, I had to start thinking to myself, did I say something about this guy on the radio?
Yeah.
Did I say something in social media? Did I talk behind this person's back? Did I say something to the wrong person? All possible, right?
Yeah.
What's on TV, Mama?
But then I said, wait a second. This sounds like a Morales move.
Oh.
If ever there was one. This sounds like somebody starting crap for no reason other than the fun of starting crap.
Chris would never do that.
And then I'm now caught in the middle of it, right?
I like this new John and Chris relationship.
So here's the deal. I started to get text messages
I have
from...
an idea.
Go ahead. Name.
Chris McGee.
Yeah, Geeter McGee.
Oh, yeah. That was my fault.
Who said, Cap, what's the story with the beef, man? And I go, what beef? And he goes, well, my phone is blowing up. This is from Geeter. My phone is blowing up with all my friends.
You
and
made that whole thing up?
No. What I said on the air was...
Yeah, let me hear.
I don't remember how McGee came up, but I said, whatever happened to Chris McGee? Like a year ago, he'd come on the show.
Yeah.
He was like my bestie, and I haven't heard from him in so long.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then Momo gets herself involved by texting Chris McGee.
Uh-huh.
And I said, oh, maybe Cappy pissed him off or something.
Okay.
Jokingly.
Okay.
So then... Momo wrote, like, did Kaplan piss you off?
Right.
And McGee responded, no, what happened with Cappy? We're good.
Yeah.
And then also wrote, like, oh, he misses us, blah, blah, blah.
So,
okay, I have your answer.
Okay, because again, I wanted to...
Unless Momo now inserted another bit.
Okay.
So basically, she double bitted.
Okay, because really, Geeter's like, Cap, I don't know what's going on. Do you and I have beef? Because my phone is blowing up with my friends saying, hey, there's a Geeter versus Cappy beef.
Written all
Right,
over
and
it.
I
didn't mean to.
And I go, this has Morales. I go, and so then I said, well, wait, what's going on here? And then somebody told me, oh, yeah, Momo and Morales started talking about a beef between Geeter and Cappy. And I'm
No,
like,
I didn't say a beef. All I said was, oh, maybe Kaplan pissed him off or something.
Okay.
Yeah,
Which
and
is
I
fair.
said,
Which is out of the realm that you would have over asked and said, hey, McGee, can I come to the studio and host something
yeah,
for my San Diego show?
that could see that.
Yeah.
I could see that. So
well, I did try and get him one night. They had Sliwa booked, and I tried to take that job that night.
Can't be going after the sleeve stuff. Beto already did that.
I'm joking. Go ahead. So what happened, Momo?
So then I got him riled up. And, I don't think I was the only one. I think everyone
Well, it's
in
a
his
big
phone
station.
was
We got a
texting.
big stick at
people
I
this
were-
try and explain to you guys all the time.
So-
Everybody's listening.
So he wrote me like a haiku.
Oh,
Can
really?
I read it to you?
Sure.
Egalitarian.
Vic the Brick around, haiku?
All is right in the world now that Morales is back. That's what I know. He had me at hello. I'm always waiting for
That
the
is
call.
like kind of a
out
haiku.
Wait, I'm always waiting for the call out of the bullpen. It hasn't come yet.
So he's probably annoyed that he got close to us.
Yeah.
And then instead of him getting the spot, we gave it to Trudell.
Ooh.
And now on top of it, maybe that's why he's gone cold. Maybe he just doesn't like Trudell.
Oh, that's possible.
I don't know.
No, that's possible.
So Geeter and I are actually pretty good friends and get along really well.
Yeah.
But I've never welcomed him on our show again after we had a Christmas sing-off, Mason and I.
Oh.
And we had 3 judges. And one of the judges was one of the girls from Fox 11 that Mason did the morning show with, Araxia. She
Yeah.
picked me. She picked me as the better singer.
Her name was Araxia?
Yeah,
Nice name.
she's super cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. But Mason thought that vote was in the bag. And then, and so Araxia picked me.
He lost a friend.
Yeah, exactly. And then I think we had Jim Hill, and Jim Hill picked Mason. So I was mad at Jim. And then Geeter was the deciding vote, and he picked Mason.
Oh, wow.
And I've never forgiven him.
Never welcomed him back.
Ever.
As close as you guys are in real life.
Yeah.
It's like you got to pick your Supreme Court justices, and you thought you had that one.
That's not really the analogy I was looking for there.
very
but that's
good.
interesting.
I did think I had. I thought it was like Chicago politics. I thought I
There you
had
go.
prearranged.
Yeah, you stacked the jury.
and it didn't work.
Well, now the problem is, and this is where I'm starting to feel uncomfortable.
Do you want to have Chris McGee on?
Is I just don't know what the deal is. Like now,
Should we have him
I think we
on?
need to bring him on.
Give him a call.
I mean, just like now he's mad at me because his friends are all saying that there's beef. He's blaming me for the beef.
Yeah.
I don't even know what the beef is.
He's one of the great guys of all time.
I blame Momo and Morales for the beef.
Cap, this is what
Cappy.
you do. You have him on and you say, Geeter,